Don't wait until summer is over to start feeling better. Join the Farrell's 10-week challenge starting July 11th and save $200 as a ticket listener. Visit fxblincoln.com today. That's fxblincoln.com. Farrell's extreme body shaping results you can see and feel.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC services for your business, building, or even your home so it can run without unwanted interruption. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an Exact Emerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Here's your updated 93.7 The Ticket forecast, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Slight chance of thunderstorms this afternoon, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 86. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies. Tonight, slight chance of thunderstorms, lows dip down to about 66. That's your updated forecast on Lincoln's home for the Kansas City Royals. 93.7 The Ticket. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster. Right now, it's 80 degrees.
Lincoln summers are hot, but Bonsall Pool and Spa is keeping it cool. We're celebrating our 75th diamond anniversary with a massive customer appreciation party on Saturday, July 11th from 11 to 3. Come hungry for free Muchachos food truck tacos and icy snow cones. Plus, score exclusive 4-hour flash sales on BioGuard chemicals and Polaris automatic cleaners. You can even enter to win a $7,500 premium backyard sauna giveaway. Celebrate 75 years with Bonsall Pool and Spa, 33rd and Nebraska Parkway. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped and picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Hour 1 of Old School is sponsored by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome in. It is Old School 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Austin Orman and the NFL veteran, the black shirt, the Husker Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman with you for the next 3 hours. Jay, happy Friday to you and yours. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. The Friday, we got to finish.
I finished strong. 4's up, right? Fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We just got to finish, man. It's it's football time. So even though I'm not playing football no more, you got to finish out the week strong.
Nothing to it but to do it. Farley and I were intending to ask you, do you view yourself more as number 56 or number 44?
In college or the pros?
Both.
44 in college. 55, 56 in the pros.
Okay.
Yeah. When you start getting bootleg numbers in the pros, you know your time is up. So
57, 73.
96 one year. I'm like, damn.
It's time.
Yeah. That was the last one. They had a lot of injuries. 96. Looked like a D lineman out there.
Well, and of course they had to give you 96. I mean, bring back all the bad memories. That's
right.
That's just rude, is what that is. That is.
Them checks changed the memories though. But yeah, 44 in college. The family number.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It's a linebacker. It was a linebacker number.
Mm-hmm. Is not anymore.
Oh, I'm trying to think right now. Just in college football, it's always going to be a linebacker number. I'm trying to think like the last guy that had wore it.
Because Farley said he prefers linebacker numbers in the 40s. I always thought of linebacker numbers in the 40s or 50s, but I'd go like 52, 55, 54, 58.
Yeah. I like 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Mid 40s.
Yeah.
40s.
Perfect football weather, mid 40s.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I was, view. I was blessed enough to have 2 good numbers, and that was when it was a big deal. But if we had NIL back then, I wouldn't have been able to switch.
If you had NIL back then, you could have just paid your teammate to switch.
Oh, it wasn't about my teammate because I would beat it out of him. I'm talking about my NIL would have been tied to that number. That name, image, and likeness.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, make sure. I don't want to have these companies, have to change stuff on there. We'll keep everything good working relationship.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we got a text about half an hour ago from 8893 on NIL. Since we pay these kids, let's get 3 more games a year.
Yeah, you sound like Roger Goodell.
You sound like an owner.
You sound like the owners, man. They got enough. They can barely finish the 12 that they got. So no, but they're getting paid, and so there's obligations to these guys, and I think guys struggle with that, man, and guys struggle with understanding. I mean, this is the thing about NIL and guys getting paid. The true, the real deal guys, they know the money's going to be there. They get their money, but they also, if they're really good, they want to get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of guys that, number one, they're overpaying for. This is the worst part about being a GM. You overpaying for, if you're payroll, right? You're really overpaying for like 60% or 70% of your payroll roster. You're just paying it because you feel like you have to, or you have lied to yourself that you have to pay for it. There's probably a small percentage of guys that actually, deserve and have been earning the money. You're getting guys stay fees just because it's easy to keep them because you don't have to bring anybody else in. They can kind of go out there and, get in the way a couple of times defensively or catch a couple passes versus, really in the competitive nature. Like that check is there. Who's going to go get it? That's what they should do. If you have a position group, right, like the running back room, I would sit them all down there and say, okay, this is the pool of money that we have for the running back room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The starters are getting this much. The second string guy is getting this much. And if it's a third, like a tie, then they split up. And the fourth string guy gets this much, and it's going down. A scale that's going down. Leave it at that. Nobody's established. Nobody's done anything. This is where it's at.
Go get it.
And come back with it. If you talk about, listen, you won't have to worry about anybody being late to meetings. You don't have to worry about anybody doing extra.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't got to worry about no missed assignments.
Classroom or otherwise.
Yeah. We'll pay you like something as we're going.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where you're going to be at worst case scenario and best case scenario.
Mm-hmm. We've had this discussion before. So we'll just gloss over it here from Kip. Payroll has to be paid for performance, fewer guarantees, and more incentives. That's all great until you hold players off the field so they don't meet their incentive benchmarks. And then you are opening yourself up to, if not, lawsuits, just a whole bunch of conversations about, hey, this is a bad organization. Don't send your players there. Then you have to reach for players that probably aren't good enough at the level, just happy to be there. And it's just a vicious cycle. So you got to have some level of fair base compensation. And then I'm fine. Add incentives on there if you get up to, 7.5 sacks or 10 sacks or whatever.
That's just cherry on top.
Yeah.
You can't pay them based off incentives. And look, if I need to get sacks, but, we can't stop the run, but I'm playing good when I'm playing, you just got to be, you got to pay the guys that deserve to get paid and find a way sometimes to say no, but then more importantly, have a plan. We talked all week off and on about this recruiting class coming in and different ones, and we've seen it all the time. Like, unfortunately for these kids, and I think maybe since it's only the one transfer rule now and you have the 5 for 5, that'll slow down guys, coming here, in this case, a pit stop and going somewhere else or going to Texas A&M and finishing up somewhere else, but it goes hand in hand. It's a relationship considering that, the coaches and administration have to do their job. The recruiting department has to do their job. They have to evaluate, good and continue to evaluate. You have to evaluate your roster, and then you have to evaluate what's possibly come in. And then you have to be realistic about your roster. You can't fall in love with a high school kid when you have a kid and look down on the kid that you gotta, that you've invested in and already turned the page, a third into the season. Players pick up on them vibes. And so
they're not dumb.
No,
they see things. They take notes.
Right. They take notes. And so it's a hard job to do. But like I said, nobody cares about your excuses because you're highly compensated. And, that's everybody across, every Power 4 school, all the coaches and administrators are all highly compensated. Sure, they do work hard and there's a lot of hard work and they got to make a lot of sacrifices. That's known. That's why you're compensated for it. But everybody's got to do a better job or the best job they can, I guess, in saying and really, being in the moment and understanding, when you're evaluating high school kids, you should look different. You should significantly different.
You should stand out.
Yeah. You should be able to pick you out like ASAP.
So, whether you knew your jersey number coming in or not.
So
it's that one.
Yeah. So you're excited. You're going there 4-star and all this other stuff. Like, as a recruit, like in the recruiting department, how these dudes are getting these 4 or 5 stars. Exactly what you're doing. Or how they're doing it. There's guys that know how to, know how to, what camps to go to, what, palms to grease or whatever it's called, when, the handshakes and all that. They know exactly what they're doing. So then if be realistic. You 18-year-old kid come out, like, what are you going to do? Because you ain't doing nothing up in here.
Nope.
Like, period.
Right.
But you know what? Coaches, fall into it. I saw Coach Sam a week ago, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. July 3rd. Man, it's crazy. Time's ticking. Time's just ticking, Jack. Time's ticking.
If you thought he was getting late last week, he's later now.
Hey, I know for a fact some of these cats, I'm assuming Nebraska players is around here, right? Listen, don't get too friendly with Lay's potato chips. Don't get too friendly chilling and Netflix and chilling. Time is ticking. Just like that. I didn't even realize it was just last week. But Coach Sam, I remember, man, I was a red shirt, won the position, and then, Tony Ortiz was coming in. He was the number one, defense at USA Today. And he was like, hey, yeah, he try to act like the cat's coming in. He's going to be playing. I was like, no, the hell he ain't. Not up in here. right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the way it is, right? Now, he didn't turn the page on me. I think he had that quiet confidence in me. And, like I said, he had a big influence on me, obviously going to middle linebacker and obviously playing, a long time in the NFL. So without Coach Sam and Coach Monty Kiffin, I wouldn't be here or wouldn't have came here. And who knows what would have happened after that. So, but
does Coach Kiffin get his flowers for his time at Nebraska? I feel like that's a name that gets thrown out there.
He wasn't at prominence then, but he was doing the dang thing up in Minnesota. I saw it. I saw it up close and personal.
Live in color.
Yeah, him and I think Lloyd Peters was the defensive coordinator, and Monty was there, and that pass rush was rushing. They were leading the league in sacks all the time, and that's where the Tampa 2 came and all that stuff. And so, but Monty saw me play. Coach Sam saw me play. So I only played 3 or 4 games on defense. Now, I only took 1. I was all heads to bed, but that was it. He said, "Yeah, this dude can play," and that was the difference in recruiting back then. And I know we'll get into the Jordan Larson thing, but
we'll save that for next segment. We're having a good
time. The great thing is that if Austin's a coach at Nebraska, and somehow me, and I say, "Hey, man, this dude like that, that dude right there." It's like if I seen him, I was like, "You know what, Austin? I saw him play basketball, but he plays. He could be a really good receiver for you. You're gonna trust in my eye because I'm doing it. I don't get anything out of it.
You know why he'd be a good receiver? He plays off 2 feet in basketball.
Yeah, that he'd be an excellent tight end too. But you would look into it. That's how Nebraska was able to have I call it a watering hole in Jersey. Is able to go down to Florida, get the T. Frazier's. Was able to get myself out of Minnesota and some other guys out of Minnesota, and all different places. Like where did Nebraska get these dudes? Is because they have people that they've had relationships with that they like, and they evaluate. Now, everyone wasn't a hit. I'm sure there was guys they looked at and they're probably like, "Oh no, he's not that good." But that's how I got noticed along with the coaches being there. So,
well, and every coaching staff has their pockets, right? For Bo Pelini, it was Ohio, right back in Youngstown. For Matt Rule wants to make it Texas, right? For Mike Riley, it was West Coast, specifically California, there for a time.
Yeah, but see, right now with the portal and being able to pay players, they don't do that much anymore. They don't do a lot of recruiting calls anymore. Like in once the dead period's over, they is like, "Hey, you got to call us. We'll wait and see because the check is going to check."
Right.
But sometimes it's like buying a house sight unseen. Like, "Oh dang, I didn't know the sink didn't work." Well, it worked probably when you did a little quick walkthrough, but it actually was just like put together a little bit, and then now it's broke down.
I did that to my wife. We put an offer in without her having seen the house.
You did it?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
Really well. We're in the same house. We got it. So
you got a lot of trust in you.
I mean, this was the.
Was you on FaceTime or something?
No, she was at work. She's a nurse. She can't just like step away and take a call. And so I went with our realtor. Shout out Lois. Lois is great. And just on a whim, we were looking at houses. We were ready to get out of our apartment, start a family and whatnot. And Olivia had to work this day. So I went on, I think it was went to 3 open houses with Lois and found this one. But okay, yeah, this nice little starter home in our price range, relatively close to both of our families. And so did that, got back to the apartment, texted Olivia, "Hey, let's put an offer in on this one. I think you'll like it." She said, "Okay, go for it." Because we had put in 5 other offers on our houses. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Next at bat, strike 1, strike 2.
Yeah.
We're down 0-2 in the count. Like we're just ready to do this. And so she did not see the house until the walkthrough.
But she trusted you, right? So you must have the same taste. But you knew what to look for, though.
It's a wide open kitchen with a lot of counter space.
But you knew what to look for.
I had the list. I had the checklist.
And you had the realtor with you.
I had the realtor. Yep. I wouldn't say my wife and I have the exact same taste in what we're going for in houses, right? Like husbands and wives often don't.
Yeah.
But I knew that it was good enough for what I wanted and checked off a couple of the biggest boxes on her list. And so I signed her the specs and said, "Okay, I'm going for it. I'm telling Lois to write up the contract. We're signing the offer." And that's the one we got. So I've been there in buying a house sight unseen. At least my wife has. It does work sometimes.
It does work sometimes. But sometimes
don't bank on it, but it does work sometimes.
Right. But that's great. But what I'm saying is like recruiting, the intel isn't there as much. Because let's be honest, when they come on, like, okay, so say like Olivia, right? Say like she's they're, different hospitals are looking for, bring her in as a nurse. Obviously she would be on her best behavior, and so would the people recruiting her,
Mhm.
right? You really don't find out what it's like unless you talk to people that's either work there or are working there, right? Off site and offline.
Yep.
Or somebody that's worked there or is working there, so you can, talk very freely. And so when these kids are coming on either unofficial visits or official visits, and if there's a possibility you're getting paid to come, they're on their best behavior.
Mhm.
They're going to tell you they love football. The only way that you're going to find out that if they love it or that you're going to know it as a player is when the rubber, meets the road.
Mhm.
Like every player, if you don't, these young freshmen I guess maybe some guys that potentially are going to try to level up. And if summer conditioning is as hard as it needs to be, you're going to be at that point like, man, bump it. F this. I don't know if this is good for me or I can make it, or this is, I've had a couple crappy practices. And then you just show up. That's how you know if they love it or not.
Yeah.
Because the guys that like it will still show up, but they'll find a way to disguise themselves. They'll do enough. They'll be at practice. They'll be at meetings. And then they'll go home. Right?
You won't notice them.
That's the key card guys.
Mhm.
You always see them. They'll always be there. It's like a friend that's always ready to kick it. You ain't got no job, right? But the guys.
What are we doing this weekend?
But the guys that love it and that are competitors will find a way to deal with adversity, but then they will actually start to maximize their opportunities.
Mhm.
That's what Nebraska needs more of, and that's what the teams that are winning, that's what they have. They have guys that maximize their opportunities. Sure, they're a little bit more talented at other places, but not to the extreme that it used to be. So now it comes down internally inside that locker room, what you're going to do. Because I didn't even realize it was the 10th today. All right. So in less than a month, officially, it's like, first of all,
Going camping.
You be 5 days in the camp right now.
Mhm.
So somebody done got popped already, right?
Mhm.
The pads has been on,
Yeah.
or hopefully by that time.
Mhm. Need to have been.
Okay, so it will be on. So you have 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Essentially 2 more weeks of work, and you got to be able to finish, and you got to be able to complete the mission to set yourself up, because the schedule is always going to be the same, right? You're in the Big Ten. There's never going to be an easy season.
Mhm.
Sure, can you have a schedule set up that, you play certain teams and at certain times, home and away, and, if you, back-to-back games of, hard competition. Sure, it gets set up that well. That's probably once every 10 to 12 years.
Well, and it's harder to do in college football than in college basketball with your non-con specifically. Right. I mean, college football conference schedule, that's set for you. That's not something that you do.
Right, and you might just get the luck of once every 12 years that you get, all your, majority of your hard games at home. You probably maybe have good, road games and the good road times or at the time of kickoff.
Mhm.
So that means you can get back at a reasonable time and all that type of stuff. But otherwise, you gotta go get it. And this is Big Ten, so there is no weeks off.
Yeah,
and
there
so
can't be.
there isn't, because I guarantee you this: Rutgers, Northwestern, UCLA, they're gonna upset somebody that was on the brink of having a special season, or stymie them from the process of them continuing a special season.
Mhm.
They are.
Mhm.
Because they have players. They're talented players. They have coaches that are at different, parts of their tenure, but, the desperation is there because they understand what's in front of them.
Mhm.
Tough business to be in.
Business they chose to be in.
Yeah. It's not, I was just joking when I said it was a tough business.
Right.
It's not tough. It's only tough if you make it. I get it. It's not easy. I think sometimes when people, or when football fan base, when it's not easy, you think it's hard. It's not. It's the simple things. It's the small things that you have to continue to do, and it's not flashy. It'll be interesting to see how things shake out.
Yeah, it shook out pretty well for a cigar guy. Wife bought our house while I was on vacation. He says, sent me videos and whatnot. We've lived there for 25 years this summer.
Hold on, time out. Was that Kevin? No,
cigar guy.
No, wife bought our house while I was on vacation. Where were you?
Yeah.
What vacation? You were on vacation?
But she's not.
Okay. sent me videos and whatnot. That's you know what happened there, cigar guy. She sent you on vacation. Okay.
She paid for your vacation
Yeah,
under the table.
because you probably got in the way a little bit, right? The decision was made. Hey,
An executive decision was made.
Yeah. You playing golf? Oh, man, how did it go? How many birdies did you have?
A little birdie told me this is the house we're buying.
Did you get my text message? Oh, it didn't go through yet. Call me back when it goes through. Surprise. Yeah.
Incredible. So yeah, that's awesome, cigar guy. We'll follow up on this from Kip on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. What bothers me a lot is when an Orioles team has 1,100 fans in the stands and some guy on the field is guaranteed $200+ million when he's not putting his body at risk like a football player. Don't become the MLB.
What do you mean by body at risk? Is he like the dude in what movie is that? What Wild Thing in there where he went die for balls or something? I mean, what is he? Was he? You want him to run into the stands or what?
Well, it's not a collision sport like.
Yeah,
football,
or
obviously, but
or maybe he's not running it out or something.
I mean, maybe, but he's also taking a bunch more flights than an NFL player, which is, there's a lot of that wear and tear on your body, jumping time zones without, more than a week at a time. And I guess it's not the same as doing the collision sport thing, but
don't believe that.
I'm just saying there's a lot of travel involved. There's a lot of, late nights, early mornings, like there are in any professional sports. I'm not trying to say baseball is as consistently physically demanding as football.
I'm not
trying to say that.
I'm not saying that you are either.
I'm just trying to get to this from Kip. Don't blame the players for that. That's good agency work. That's good Players Association work. They argued that. They collectively bargained that. They get that. Yeah, you want your best players to perform. And Kip, I take it you're an Orioles fan, or at least were at some point.
I'm an Orioles fan too.
And sure, maybe they've underperformed the last few years, right? They had that really good pop-up year. Got swept out of the divisional series of the wild card series by the Royals a couple of years ago, and both those franchises have gone the wrong direction right now. But don't blame the players for that. If they can get $200 million guaranteed, that's because of the Players Association. They collectively bargained it. There's no salary cap. Good on the players for that. Don't be hating on them.
I'm not hating on the great thing that the Orioles are doing, or the major baseball players do. They don't stay at teams like a hometown discount or have emotional ties to the team. They know, and all the agents know, and it's backed up by the PA. They always will go where the maximum dollars are. And so then, therefore, when Austin comes due, you're going to get the maximum dollars. Now,
certainly Scott Boras guys at the very least
all of them doing it. Every single player, you're going to get paid. You're not staying there. You will not. And if you are, I'm telling you, you're getting phone calls. Trust me, I know. But the great thing about it is it sets it up for players that come up, up the pipeline. Now, this travel thing, I ain't hearing that. You know who that reminds me of? It reminds me of your boy Kevin McHale when he came and started coaching. He's like, there's a lot of travel. You dang right. And you know what you're doing? You're flying private. I do not care. You're staying in luxury hotels. Nobody cares. You're getting per diem and you're getting the best food. You got the trainers and sports science. You ain't tired. In baseball, of all sports, do not tell me that you're tired. You standing out in the outfield 75% of the time, kicking it, blowing bubbles and all that stuff, throwing balls up into the stands. You got sunflower seeds. See you in the dugout, hanging out, chilling, and you trying to tell me you worried about you got to get on the road for 81 games? Man, get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here with that stuff. And I love baseball players, and I love Darren Erstad, but don't try to tell me like you really be doing, like you doing something. You got great hand-eye coordination. That's it, period. And you might got some like good, like, through the hitting zone. Otherwise, you ain't no athlete. You ain't doing tiddly-poo as a baseball player. You sitting out there trying to entertain yourself for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? 3 hours. You go to the clubhouse, the game's at like 7. The reason why I know, I talked to Tony Womack. He said when the games were at 7, they would show up and they were like little kids playing hacky sack and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Junior Spivey told me the stuff that they would do. Man, you guys listen, man. And you travel the way they travel, and you getting paid. And you got great, I ain't trying to hear that. I love baseball players, but I'm with you, man. You know what I'm saying? They get off your lazy butt and do something. You know what I mean? All right, that's
I've never. That might be the most legendary thing I've heard all year.
It's the truth. And baseball players are great athletes. They're tough. But listen, You ain't doing nothing, man. It's the hardest sport. The hardest thing to do, I think, in sports is to hit a baseball, like with a good pitcher. It is. So I'm giving you that. But the physical demands for the majority of them, you know what I would say. I can't say it on the air. DP would have me up out of here.
Let's go to break. We're going to let Jay say it out there in the mill or maybe over there on O Street, and we'll see how it goes for him. Hopefully Jay Foreman is back for the next segment. Come back and find out.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Lincoln summers are hot, but Bonsall Pool and Spa is keeping it cool. We're celebrating our 75th diamond anniversary with a massive customer appreciation party on Saturday, July 11th from 11 to 3. Come hungry for free Muchachos food truck tacos and icy snow cones. Plus, score exclusive 4-hour flash sales on BioGuard chemicals and Polaris automatic cleaners. You can even enter to win a $7,500 premium backyard sauna giveaway. Celebrate 75 years with Bonsall Pool and Spa, 33rd and Nebraska Parkway. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an ExactEmerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering, with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back Nine Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities available for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln, just off 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest-rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC services for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without unwanted interruption. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It's Old School, brought to you by Graham Tire Company. Appreciate them and their sponsorship of the show. 402-464-5685 is the number to our Sartor Heeman Jewelers text line. Austin and Jay with you. We got a lot on this discussion that you sparked there at the end of the segment, Jay.
Yeah, I ain't done yet either.
Eric says, Jay's a man of the people. Thanks for saying what most of us are thinking. 88-93, baseball was boring. In between plays, the only way to not be bored in baseball and involved in every play is to be the pitcher or the catcher. Rosebud from Elmwood, you can be overweight and play baseball.
Yeah, Google Ken Herbeck. Me and my dad went fishing with him on his fishing show. Homeboy looked like a left tackle, but he could hit, though.
He could.
Yeah.
And then my dad, baseball defender, chimes in, and I'll follow up with him. Of course, baseball may not be as physically demanding as football from a collision standpoint, but anyone who's had their bell rung or had their tower buzzed by a 100-mile-an-hour fastball knows it's not an easy sport. Think how much worse 100 miles an hour would be as opposed to like 92. This guy, Lee Judge, longtime columnist in Kansas City. I remember this. My dad shared it with me. Had written a column criticizing a player for jumping out of the way of a baseball if the base is loaded in a tight situation.
Wear it. Wear it. Nah. Right? Isn't that what they used to say? Wear it?
Oh, I still say wear it. High school baseball, you got to wear it. There's no jumping out of the way in high school baseball. That's soft. That's lame. Just stand in there. It's not going to hurt you for that long. Now, Major League Baseball guys are throwing 95 plus. Yeah. Now, if you know it's going to hit you in the butt or in the thigh, just wear it. If it's going to hit you in the back, just turn your back. If it hit you in the elbow, it's going to hit you in the hand. Obviously, that's a problem. Foot really hurts. I took one off the ankle at one point. That was not pleasant. And again, I'm not trying to argue that baseball is more, consistently physically demanding than football. That's not at all
a different type of demanding.
Right. I mean, to play baseball,
it's a mental game.
Here I go. To play baseball, quote unquote, the right way, it's about finding ways to keep yourself locked in. It's only boring if you let it be boring, because every pitch should give you some sort of information. Is this guy seeing it well? What's my pitcher doing? What does he want to accomplish? Can I get myself in the mind frame of the pitcher and catcher and shift myself based on what we think we want to accomplish? If we played these guys before, do we know what they want to do? What's time, what score, obviously not time, but what score, what situation, outs, runners, all that stuff. And so, yeah, I get it. I understand where that reputation comes from. But I think, again, if you're playing baseball, quote unquote, the right way, it's obviously a sprint sport in a lot of ways, right? Yeah. More bursts than endurance. But if you're actually mentally locked into a baseball game when you're on the field, it takes it out of you.
Oh yeah, it's a different type of demanding. It's a more mental grind, and you should be, exhausted after a baseball game, especially for the catchers that are out there in 100-degree heat, and you're squatting down, for an hour and a half or however long it is. I'm just talking about high school games or whatever, but obviously in the pros. And so it's a different type of mental, mental challenge, because in order to be a really good baseball player, and in particular a hitter, you have to deal with failure. You have to welcome failure. I mean, you hit 3 out of 10 for your whole career, you're going in the Hall of Fame. Not really, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you have enough bats, you bat 300, obviously hit home runs and all that, and you have the longevity, you're going to have a pretty dang good baseball career if you bat 300. There's 7 other times out of those, 70% of the time you didn't get a hit. So baseball is a unique sport in itself. I'm just saying, look, man, I know some MLB players personally. And the stories that they tell, and now granted, you know what?
Oh, the guy's just hanging out in the clubhouse before the game.
But I'm gonna tell you, there is something to that. That's just part of baseball. That actually what makes baseball unique and stuff like that. One of the things that you miss, at least for me, what I miss is the locker room. I'm sure they miss the clubhouse. Just because it's a lot of time. It's kind of like your traveling family. Because for baseball, it's 162 games.
Yeah,
the same routine doesn't matter if you're playing at home or you're away. You're at the clubhouse. So.
Can we work in the minor league baseball aspect of this as well, though? I mean, guys that don't know if they're going to be up or down and then taking the bus rides, and I'm sure there are plenty of flights as well. But those bus rides, I mean, those are legendarily terrible.
But I think, what's funny, I think I was, obviously when Jordan was with the White Sox, their conditions, were upgraded. And I think they've done a better job of upgrading, the buses and all that. And obviously have some money, pumped into there. But look, man, you gotta really love baseball. You could be like 26, 27 years old waiting for that chance. And the one thing, talking to Junior Spivey and obviously Tony Womack and a couple other baseball players, is that you could be down in like AA and AAA and probably should be in the majors, but it's just the politics of it. There's a younger prospect. They're going to give it every opportunity to fail. Then every year that you're in, say up and down between triple and the majors, they're kind of using it against you. So, and then obviously the whole thing, what was the guy for the Cubs? Was it Chris
Bryant?
Chris Bryant, where they were messing with him because when he would become a free agent. You remember that? His tenure. There's all types of things that go into it. I think they were either holding him back, like so he wouldn't get a accrued season, or what I call it, accrued season.
Yeah, no, it's service time manipulation.
Right.
Is really what it is.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it besides what we see, obviously out there on the diamond. And I am in agreement with the texter that was talking about the Orioles. The Camden Yards is probably at least was one of the best like ballparks, like the uniqueness.
Oh, people still love it.
And like in Maryland, they love the Orioles, man, or at least they used to. But the ownership hasn't put together a good product for quite some time.
Yeah,
and that's what's sad, because that's would be very, very. They would support it, wholeheartedly if a better product was on the field.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Dad sends in a couple more quotes about the joys of baseball, and I'm sure we won't come to the exact same conclusion, you and I, but it is still baseball season. I know for you it's football season. You're turning the page.
Oh, it's still baseball season.
I'm starting to get my mind there, but
it's still baseball season.
I'm still wearing the Royals stuff. We're in baseball season.
Yeah,
pretty
baseball
clearly.
And football season go like the end of now. Well, it's just the All-Star break, so that when you're getting towards the end of the baseball season, October is right there. I mean, look, remember how special it was when the Royals were doing their thing. It was knee deep in football season. So no, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. Speaking of All-Star break, obviously Major League Baseball All-Star break coming up next week. It'll be Bobby Witt Jr., Michael Walker representing the Royals in the game, and Jack Caglione in the home run derby. But this coming Wednesday, we are out at Haymarket Park. Haymarket Park.
Yeah.
Pointing. American Association All-Star Game being hosted right here in Lincoln. Old School will have a remote 3 to 6 p.m. out there ahead of the game. It's going to be shown live on MLB Network. I think the first time MLB Network is broadcasted here from Hawks Field at Haymarket Park. So BP with DP coming up in July at some point as well, I think in a couple weeks from today, in fact. But we will be out at Haymarket Park, American Association All-Star Game on Wednesday. That'll be really cool. I have your chance to get some tickets, get in the door to that. Westy says, if I were a Royals fan, I would definitely be on to football season as well. # guards up, you Guardians fan, you. I'll leave it at that. That is one thing I will say. I don't know how many baseball teams are the predominant media force or, heart of the city in their town, right? Like Kansas City was a baseball town. Then the Chiefs got good, and Mahomes is, still a top 5 player in football. Obviously, Bobby Witt is who he is.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs are at least winning or have a chance to win every year. The Royals aren't.
Yeah.
But, the Giants and Jets, are they the heartbeat of the city? Is it the Knicks? Is it the Yankees? Is it the Mets? It might be the Dodgers in Los Angeles. It's the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's always going to be a Laker town.
It's not the Dolphins in Miami, is it? Or is it?
Yeah, but...
or is it the Canes? Which is still football.
It's the Hurricanes. Yeah. I'd say New York with the Yankees, especially since the Giants and Jets are struggling.
Mm-hmm. But even if the Giants and Jets are good,
it's still the Yankees.
Still the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even, it might be, but Yankees are still,
Chicago?
Those dudes. No. There's the Bears. Yeah, no.
I feel like the Bears and the Cubs are just in such a similar boat, though. Lovable losers, pop-ups from time to time. I don't know. You would know better than I would. I'm just saying my perspective. It's not a Bulls city, is it? The Bulls don't run that conversation. The Hawks probably. Yeah, well, for a minute.
Yeah, it's either the Bears or the Cubs. Chicago's, man, they're just almost like they're just an upgrade for a little bit from Cleveland fan base. They've dealt with a lot of letdowns. I don't know. Right now, I would probably say it's the Bears. Obviously, the Cubs had their run, but I don't think anybody sticks out, far ahead of anybody else.
Houston?
That's a good one. I would say right now, the Texans, yeah.
Astros had their run. Rockets are at least pretty much always interesting, but are they moving the needle? Probably not like the Texans.
No, not right now.
How much did that just do to the proximity to A&M as well? In college footballs.
A little bit. I'd probably say, there's some high school programs that are up there, getting as, the high school football in Houston is nuts. Oh, it's Friday down there, Friday night, Friday. It's all over the radio. That's what is the real deal. So I'd probably say right now it's definitely the Texans and then maybe the Astros next because the Astros have been pretty consistent. So they're going to get a lot of love.
The other one that I'd be interested in is Seattle. I think it's a Seahawks town. It's probably a Seahawks town. When the Mariners are good, though, man.
Yeah, it's tough. And yeah, right now it's Seahawks for sure.
Off Super Bowl, of course.
And if they had the Supersonics, I think if the Supersonics come back, they'll be right up there. They love the
Seattle is a basketball town, isn't it?
Yeah, they've had some great players come from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a quietest kept hotbed for stupid talent up there.
Jamal Crawford, Isaiah Thomas, Paulo Banchero, et cetera, Brandon Roy.
Yeah, and guys you haven't even thought about. And so, Supersonics ever able to go back, they're going to take over the city. They're going to take over the city. So
I believe it.
Yeah.
We did intend to talk about Jordan Larson. Maybe we can do that to wrap up the hour, maybe at some point next hour. So I think that's an interesting story. Some stuff to get to in college sports as well. Jamie Pollard stepping away from Iowa State, announcing his retirement. What could that mean? And plenty more still coming your way on Old School. We're in hour 1 of Old School, brought to you as always by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. They're based down in Hallam, Nebraska, doing all sorts of great work as a locally owned and operated company. They don't contract out. They have their own team of installers. Give them a call today, 402-430-3852, or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. He's Jay Foreman. I'm Austin Norman. We'll wrap up hour 1 of the show in just a moment.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an Exact-Emerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Where there's smoke, there's flavor, and there's plenty of that at the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market. Award-winning, old-world recipes made in Lincoln since 1984 with many flavors and smoked sausage and brats to choose from. The Smokehouse has something special for every season: brats and sausage for the grill, beef sticks and beef jerky for snacking, and smoked salmon, smoked turkey, and smoked hams for your holiday feast. Stop by the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market today to fulfill your search for real flavor.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays meet new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish back shelf bar, enjoy a healthy, family-friendly menu, and catch all your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets, located on 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering, with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back 9 Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities available for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln, just off 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard by Marriott Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you will enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard by Marriott, Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Here's your updated 93.7 The Ticket forecast, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Slight chance of thunderstorms this afternoon, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 86. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies. Tonight, slight chance of thunderstorms, lows dip down to about 66. That's your updated forecast on Lincoln's home for the Kansas City Royals. 93.7 The Ticket. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster. Right now, it's 80 degrees.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome back in. It is Old School, putting a bow on our one short segment here, Jay. And it's happened. History has been made for the first time in 4 years. 78 events. Scotty Scheffler has missed the cut. He will not be continuing on through the weekend on Saturday and Sunday at the Scottish Open.
I know. I mean, his run, not much this year, but over the last, 2 or 3 years is close. Every time somebody gets hot like that, they're like, oh, he's playing like Tiger Woods. It lets you know that there never will be anybody like that, right? And so his dominance in Scotty Scheffler easily is the number one player in the world. He's the most trustworthy player in the world. That means by my mind that if you needed to bet $100 on a guy to finish at a certain point at the end of the day and on Sunday, he'd be there, and he's the most consistent. But sometimes it's maybe trending this way to where you have a couple more days to work on his game to go play the British Open. I mean, it's a different type of golf over there. You don't know what the weather conditions were like. Sometimes that affects it, by itself. And so, it's a tip of the hat to him to make a cut for 78 events. That's, consistency, a lot of big paychecks. But it also lets you know how much farther he had to go in order just to reach what Tiger Woods did. Along with other.
Well, Tiger made 142 straight cuts. Scotty was barely halfway.
Barely halfway, and was relatively. Tiger was always kind of inside the cut line, and so and Tiger was doing it a little bit later in his career. So Scotty's a great player, and unfortunately, sometimes you miss the cut, and now he gets to get over the British Open and get used to that weather
and try to defend his title from last year. Do you know the last player to win back-to-back Open championships?
Padraig Harrington.
Nailed it. 08-09.
Oh, yeah. And he cold-blooded. He cold-blooded killer, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Padraig Harrington. Yeah. I mean, some guy, the thing is, I like watching. I like the British Open and the U.S. Open, but I really like the British Open because, sometimes I wake up, early. It's on TV. They play it. But I just think some guys know how to play over there. Some guys have struggled and then they figure out how to play.
Yeah.
Fortunately and unfortunately for Phil Mickelson, that was probably his greatest major win. Late in his career, won it, was his swan song, and then he just, fell off the deep end.
Well, it sounds like Phil was in the process of falling off the deep end long before everything came out.
But I mean, the winning that he's always struggled over there. Where you look at Scotty Scheffler, he's a great ball striker, can do all the different things with the golf ball.
Yeah.
Can have all these crazy shots, and so he's tailor made for it. Mentally, probably a little bit tougher. Phil at that point in his career and how he won in a fashion, and he was because you got to think him and Henrik Stenson at that time were going back and forth. But tip of the hat to Scotty Scheffler, and also tip of the hat to Tiger Woods.
That indeed, Scotty this season only one win on tours in the American Express, but still 9 top 10s, 4 runner-up finishes. And I thought he really had a chance to take that U.S. Open.
He had a chance to the U.S. Open, couldn't make any putts. Then the week after.
Which that was the thing early in his career.
Right.
Wait until Scotty learns to putt.
Switch putters. But, look, man, 2 kids and less practice time changes your work habits until you get, really used to it. Also, let's not forget the next week he lost in a playoff.
That's right.
To Victor Hovland.
Yeah. That's right.
So.
Motivated Scotty at the Open.
Hopefully for him. And look, Scotty got a little gangster to him. Did a little bit in jail. Went out there, went up and teed it up. There ain't nobody like it. His buckshot was legendary.
The Ville will pop up and get you.
Yeah.
We'll be certainly monitoring that throughout the course of the week. We'll go to break. When we get back, let's hit the college athletics news. Jamie Pollard retiring. What does that mean for Iowa State? What does that mean for the future of college football? What does that mean for Iowa State's current head basketball coach? With some other head basketball coaching news in college basketball up at Michigan. Are those two situations at all intertwined? 4:30, we'll get into the Jordan Larson unretirement and have Elena from Upside coming in at 4:45.
There it is.
All in our next hour. He's Jay Foreman. I'm Austin Norman. Stick with us on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC services for your business, building, or even your home so it can run without unwanted interruption. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, this 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish back shelf bar, enjoy a healthy, family-friendly menu, and catch all your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets located on 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Where there's smoke, there's flavor, and there's plenty of that at the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market. Award-winning Old World recipes made in Lincoln since 1984 with many flavors and smoked sausage and brats to choose from. The Smokehouse has something special for every season. Brats and sausage for the grill, beef sticks and beef jerky for snacking, and smoked salmon, smoked turkey, and smoked hams for your holiday feast. Stop by the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market today to fulfill your search for real flavor.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts, answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome in hour 2 of Old School, show brought to you by Graham Tire Companies, celebrating 75 years of serving the Midwest. More than just tires, they do all kinds of car and light truck repairs too. From brakes to oil changes, trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most. 402-464-5685. If there's anything on your mind that you want to talk about, we would love to hear from you on a muggy Friday here in the capital city. Still plenty to get to over the next 2 hours or so of the show. We'll lead off this hour, Jay, with some college sports news. Jamie Pollard, certainly a reputable voice in college athletics, a pretty well-known voice here in the Midwest at 1 point, or 2 points really, a hot name for Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
With the searches that ended up with Nebraska hiring Bill Moose and Troy Dannon, Jamie Pollard's name was at least floated out there, as a potential candidate or someone that Nebraska should call. He's been at Iowa State 21 years and released a statement about 7:30 this morning saying, "My wife Ellen and I look forward to the next chapter in our life's journey. It's important to us that we transition now while we are both healthy and young so we can fully enjoy our retirement years." Yada, yada, yada. When we moved to Ames in 2005, we did not anticipate the impact being a Cyclone would have on our family. The personal and professional opportunities our family has experienced during the past 21 years has been truly amazing. Signed, Jamie Pollard. Obviously been a guy that's been at the forefront of a lot for Iowa State. Hired, obviously, Matt Campbell, which is a big deal for him. TJ Otzelberger was the athletic director for Fred Hoiberg. Steve Fromm, that whole run that basketball's been on for them as well. Pretty well-respected voice in college athletics. As an athletic director, had some strong comments at Big 12 media days or just before media days about Texas Tech. And he's walking out the door after 21 years in Ames.
Yeah, it's interesting timing. I mean, obviously, I think when you saw some chinks in the armor last summer, when the whole report came out about their financial standing and what they needed to do, potentially borrowing from the state of Iowa, which I don't think they even can or whatever. And then obviously with Matt Campbell going to Penn State, you could tell it really, really hurt him. Now, he wasn't mad at Matt Campbell, but that relationship that he had with him and what they went through together to build that program out, that's a serious, close connection. And, so, and a little bit, maybe he saw all right, man, I probably have hit the ceiling here. Probably want to enjoy his life a little bit. And it's a tough decision for him to move on because college football changed so quickly. It affected places like Nebraska, Ohio State, Michigan, and all that, but not to the magnitude that it affected or the effect it has had at places like Iowa State and stuff like that. So, look, he's done a great job of building up that athletic department and obviously being the face of that program, but also building up the coaches to where they can be the face of their individual programs. And he has a ton of respect, in the college football landscape. And so, he deserves a little vacation. He'll come back. He'll be on all the committees and all that stuff. And you just never know what he'll end up doing either this season or in the near future.
You mentioned that near future. This is being framed right now as a retirement, which I'm not saying it's not. I still think Jamie Pollard's a candidate for something college football playoff related, Super League related, whatever the future of college football looks like. I don't know if he's the head guy, but I think he's got a lot of friends. I think he's got a lot of respect in the industry. Yeah. And this could be, a 2-year hiatus until something, bigger, maybe not better, but certainly bigger and more prominent comes calling.
Yeah, he has a lot of goodwill and a lot of respect. And so he has opportunities right now. And so he's probably going to try to do what's best for him and his family. And, he deserves that. But also I think college football deserves him in some form or fashion. It would probably be a little bit less stressful role, even though he'll have a big impact. And so I'd be very surprised if this is the last that we hear of him. I just think it's a different move that he probably came to terms with over the last year or so that he needs to make right now, and also trying to make it right now for the, Iowa State and keeping them afloat. The timing's a little different because it's late in the game. I assume that he's going to be around for a little while, maybe in a more of a, as needed role and
advisory, transitional
until somebody is picked. But I don't think he's going to leave Iowa State out to dry, and I don't think he's built like that.
I completely agree. One of the last things he did then as athletic director for the Cyclones, signed TJ Otzelberger to a huge extension. Obviously, North Carolina came poking around, knocking on the door, and Jamie Pollard said, nope, not going to happen, not on my watch. Well, Jeff Goodman says Iowa State AD Jamie Pollard announces his retirement after this year, which means keep an eye on TJ Otzelberger because one of the main reasons he has been loyal to Iowa State is his relationship with Pollard. I'm not saying Otzelberger will leave for anything, but maybe for the right job. Interesting, because then before noon, within 5 hours of that breaking from Jamie Pollard, Michigan gives Mike Boynton a 2-year deal, essentially removing the interim tag. Not a long-term deal. Exactly. Essentially a 1-year prove it. I texted some contacts in the industry, and I got this regarding Michigan. I think this is an interim contract for Boynton with the flexibility to go hire someone else next spring. Who do you think the someone else name was in that text?
Oh, it's definitely TJ.
It was not. It was Josh Schertz from St. Louis.
Yeah, I could see that too. St. Louis has got to have another year like that. They don't have homeboy with the glasses no more.
Nope. Robbie Avila out the door.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's plenty. I mean, but TJ will have plenty of opportunities. Is also a thing. Is the domino effect that happens with this, and I think fans don't understand the domino effect when moves are made, whether they make them individually or somebody gets fired. So when you think about this, Pollard has probably had some longtime assistants, right? Staff members.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're driving home, or whenever they knew, they're on a little bit of thin ice. So now it says he's going to stay through this year. So I'm assuming he's going to stay through this football season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever
or calendar year or something.
Calendar year. Yeah. So at least they have a little bit of time. But now everybody's on uneven ground, right? Just in that department. Now take it a step further. I'm assuming TJ's agent and TJ have been in contact. So whether they're voicing it to each other, and a good agent is going to look out for his client.
Mm-hmm.
You already have house money staying there, but you also want to put him in the best position to be the best coach he could be. He knows of that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if he has another opportunity, then guess what? Then that staff, those support staff, generally doesn't all go with him if he goes to another school.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have maybe approximately 20, 25 people that are, directly affected, and they're affected indirectly, but they don't have a direct, a connection to on the court.
Yeah.
They do, but they don't. So all these moves, and not saying that Pollard need to stage for everybody else, but when fans are, they think accountability isn't when you don't play well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But which is true,
yeah,
right, or don't perform well. But accountability is also individualized, because when you're a good coach, in my opinion, you make moves and you move with everybody else's thoughts and future in mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
you work through the process for what's actually best for everybody, not this is what's best for me. How can I convince myself that it's best for everyone else in the circle?
Right. Or make sure everybody else is taken care of if I have to make a decision that I can't say no to.
Yeah.
And so,
which is obviously hard to do and impossible to control, but you do your best with it.
You try to do your best, and people understand if you try to do your best. When you don't do anything and you just, hit it and split it and gone, then people are generally pretty upset.
The other question that I asked this source, who's more likely to be coaching at their current Michigan school in 3 years? So after this 2-year deal would be up for Boynton, would it be Mike Boynton at Michigan or Tom Izzo at Michigan State?
Neither. Boynton's gone. He gone.
More likely due to underperformance and being fired, or being quote unquote recruited over Michigan went deep sea fishing.
Over. And then 3 years. In 3 years, Izzo might be like transitioned to like emeritus or something like that at Michigan State.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was an interesting question. It's more how much rope is left for Izzo, and how can Boynton do with a pretty good roster, not quite the same caliber as last year's. But here's the other part to keep in mind then, Jay. Number one, TJ Otzelberger will likely have suitors. Michigan may or may not be one of them. Dusty May and Josh Schertz have a relationship. And so I think that would probably be the direction. I'll trust my source on that.
Right.
But what about Kansas? Would Kansas try to poach lowly Iowa State's coach?
They know him better than a lot of other schools outside of the Big 12.
Comes down to Otzelberger versus probably Jock Vaughn in that case.
Oof, that'd be a tough decision for Kansas.
I know. Vaughn's on KU's bench right now. He's been the acting interim when himself's had some health stuff at times. Altenberger's won more games as a college head coach, though.
And, you can do it to where Bill Self could do the whole thing. Well, I'm going to retire late and jog, manipulate it. But
well, that'd be the Bo Ryan,
Yeah.
Greg Gard thing, the Tony Bennett, Ron
Bennett,
Sanchez
yep.
thing.
So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I mean, the domino effect in the coaching carousel, whether it's the portal with the players, it's just a never-ending story. Everybody has a life to live, and things change, and they're going to continue to change.
Mm-hmm. The other aspect of this then with Michigan is Ward Manuel. Obviously, Jim Harbaugh leaving, he elevates Sharon Moore in the interim, gives him / doesn't give him the contract. Doesn't really matter at this point anymore. We'll have to see. Do you know the other head coach that Ward Manuel hired at his previous stop after a surprise departure?
No.
Ward Manuel came from UConn, where he promoted Kevin Ollie after Jim Calhoun left.
And Kevin Ollie commenced to get in trouble.
Well, Kevin Ollie won a national championship before
He did.
that. Well, Shabazz Napier won a national championship before that.
And then Kevin Ollie actually got his money back, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too hard to coach at Michigan. I think you do have the brand awareness and stuff like that. But obviously, a 2-year deal, it's like this is your first opportunity. Your agent's probably, that'd been a hard conversation with me and my agent, right?
Yeah.
If anything, I'm looking at how, and now granted, I'm not making any excuses for Sharon Moore, but I'm looking at how they did him, where they did the same thing. They will give you some contract. It wasn't even signed up when he was coaching. Remember, we were on here.
Right.
It was week 2 or 3, and he hadn't even signed his contract. Now, maybe it's because maybe they knew what he was doing or not, but he hadn't signed his contract. So they really didn't want him there. If you talk to people from Michigan, for whatever reason, they didn't want him there, but he's a head coach. And same thing, for Boynton, got a 2-year contract. You got to 1 year improve it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would like some escalators to be in there. If I, get 18 to 20 wins, well, then I got to recover some of that salary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking it. I proved it. I want some. And if you choose to hire over me, at least I'm compensated, on the front and the back end.
The other then decision, I think, facing Michigan, certainly in the next 10 years, maybe the next 5, we'll see. It's Kyle Whittingham in football. Manuel went 0-for-1 with football hires.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharon Moore thing didn't work, plain and simple. I think, it's the football hire obviously being the biggest
They
money
won 9
makers.
games, though.
They did.
And they beat Ohio State when they're the number 1 team. It wasn't that bad.
Right, but
he was bad. Like what he was doing outside of football was bad.
It seems like, Ward Manuel's front-facing role in all this, what he knew / didn't know, and I know he has to do his job to provide cover for the university through the Harbaugh thing, through the Sharon Moore thing, whatever. But that's going to be a big decision when Whittingham walks out the door. Are they a Jason Eck player? Is that a Wisconsin thing? If Fickle underperforms and Sean Eichhorst is forced to pull the plug? He had his introductory press conference, and that was
Sean Eichhorst
gold.
is there to fire
Luke Fickle. How long does he give? What's the time frame on that?
This year.
Okay, let's pull up the Wisconsin schedule.
But here's the crazy thing. Luke Fickle, as we'll talk about in hour 3, has been kicking butt on the recruiting trail just a year after that. Local coaches were saying that they weren't putting enough effort in recruiting him.
Mm-hmm.
The high school class that they have is really, really good. The portal class was sneaky good this year, and he had more resources. So Eichhorst, is behind the scenes guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a snake.
Is Luke Fickle fired after week 1 Notre Dame?
No.
Week 2 Western Illinois?
They ain't going to fire him until after the season.
Oh, after the season?
Or when the season is
dead in the water?
If it's dead in the water, yeah.
Okay, so they're presumably 1-1, 2-1 after they beat Eastern Michigan. Do they go on the road and beat Penn State to open Big Ten play?
That's a toss-up game. What do you think?
I'll lean Penn State. I think Campbell's a better coach than Fickle.
Yeah.
I think he brought a little bit more back.
Yeah, and he brought the
quarterback.
He got
the
Rocco
Rocco back there. Yeah. I'll take Penn State in that one. So they're 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
Do they beat Michigan State at home a week after Nebraska played them?
Yes.
Okay. Do they go on the road and beat UCLA?
Yes.
Do they beat Wisconsin in Wisconsin?
Do you mean USC in Wisconsin?
Yes, sorry. Do they beat USC in Wisconsin?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, so right now you're sitting at
4-3.
4-3. Do they go on the road and beat Iowa on Halloween?
No.
They beat Rutgers at home.
Yeah.
Do they go to Maryland and win?
Man, listen.
They're 5-4 right now.
Them next 3 games is whether we're going to have a smoked turkey or undercooked duck for Thanksgiving. I think they can beat Maryland in November at Wisconsin.
It's in Maryland. It's in College Park.
Oh, it's at Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Maryland's good at going into tailspins, but
yeah, I know that's the thing. I'm going to say no, but then they win the next week against Purdue.
Okay, so they're 6-5 going into Minnesota, and that's at home.
So I'm already bowl eligible.
Yep.
I've showed improvement. My recruiting class, as of it is right now, is one of the best that anybody's had in the last 2 tenures.
Mm-hmm.
That Minnesota game shouldn't mean anything unless it's a blowout for Minnesota blowing them out.
Mm.
And we owe them some revenge, and we get them at the crib on a night game.
But Sean Eichhorst says that's a dead cat bounce. You're gone anyways.
If he fires him and they have like 7-8 wins, that means he wanted to fire him from the very beginning.
Yeah. 1508 says Mike Riley has just been spotted in the Madison, Wisconsin airport. Thomas and Lincoln, what if Luke Fickell has a better season than Nebraska? 7-5 for Wisconsin. How does that feel compared to 7-5 for Nebraska?
This year?
Yeah.
Both of them considering the schedule that Nebraska has, at least on paper right now, 7-5 is good. If Wisconsin does 7-5, considering this schedule, that's good as well.
You have Wisconsin at 3-1 or 2-2 in November. Beating Rutgers, losing at Maryland, beating Purdue, toss up against Minnesota at home. Are you leaning toward rowing the flex boat? Just Minnesota get it done?
On the road, the last time they did, man, they came in there putting in work on them cats.
Big work. So that's 6-6 if they lose that Minnesota game with a 2-2 November, according to our quick run through. In Nebraska's November, they have a tough road to hoe.
Yeah.
They do again. It's Illinois, Rutgers, Ohio State, and Iowa. I mean, right now you're hoping for 2-2, I think, in that month. 2-2 would also be a step up in November for Nebraska in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the schedule now, you got to get off early. Obviously, 3-0. You got to win that one at Michigan State. You got Maryland at home, which is winnable. You got to empty the tank 2 weeks in a row against Indiana and Oregon. Rest up. Washington, probably a night game. Halloween.
Short week, Illinois.
Yeah, but then those 4 games, though.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, that Halloween game, that's it. That's a got to have it game.
That's the sliding doors game.
Because you go to Rutgers or you go Illinois, 7 p.m. on a Friday. That's gonna be tough. Bet Bielema is kind of woofing a little bit, so I'll let you know he got like a sneaky good team. Rutgers is Rutgers. Then you got the Ohio State coming in, and then you gotta go. Then you gotta go into the Lions Den, the Hawks Nest, on the road, day after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they get, they gotta come with it. I hadn't looked at the schedule in a while. Yeah, you gotta come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Coming with it one more time, the governor, Jordan Larson, installs herself for another term. Well, just another year at least with Love Volleyball Nebraska. Let's talk about that. What went into her decision to return? What kind of a look is it? Have a retirement party thrown for you and say, "No, just kidding, I'm back." Jordan Larson back to pro volleyball next on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard by Marriott Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you will enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard by Marriott, Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Your friends with Genesis Contracting Group here in Lincoln would like to take this time out to thank our first responders, doctors, nurses, and the healthcare professionals who put their lives in harm's way for our protection. Blood donation centers need people to donate blood. Be a silent hero and give blood today. It will help accident victims, surgery patients, sick children, and members of our military. This message is from Genesis Contracting Group here in Lincoln. Stay united and keep America safe and strong.
Are you looking for a jump start on your health? The next Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge starts July 11th. And right now, ticket listeners can save an incredible $200 off the 10-week challenge. Our proven program combines kickboxing, strength training, nutrition coaching, and accountability to help you lose fat, build strength, and create healthy habits that last. No matter your current fitness level, our coaches will guide you every step of the way. Don't wait until summer is over to start feeling better. Join the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge starting July 11th and save $200 as a ticket listener. Visit fxblincoln.com today. That's fxblincoln.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results you can see and feel.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish back shelf bar, enjoy a healthy, family-friendly menu, and catch all your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets located on 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Here's your updated 93.7 The Ticket forecast, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Slight chance of thunderstorms this afternoon, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 86. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies. Tonight, slight chance of thunderstorms, lows dip down to about 66. That's your updated forecast on Lincoln's home for the Kansas City Royals. 93.7 The Ticket. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster. Right now, it's 80 degrees.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber. Internet built for you.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. It is Old School. Austin Orman, Jay Foreman with you. Big thanks to the folks at Squeezo Construction for helping sponsor Old School. Squeezo Construction has done a great job for over 40 plus years, and it's where safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. They're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back both on and off the job site. You can apply today at schwizo.com, schwisow.com. Well, Jay, we kind of broke the news earlier in the show. Jordan Larson returning to Love Volleyball Omaha. Love Volleyball Nebraska. They had a block party going on down at Gateway Mall today where she will be in attendance. Jordan Larson, of course, part of the ownership group, still playing top 6 in the league in points last year, still playing at a very high level here domestically. Still doesn't change the fact it's a really weird look to retire, have a retirement party match essentially thrown for you, and then decide now in July that, hey, just kidding, I'm coming back.
Man, I wish I was Jordan Larson because I wish I could have done that with football.
Eric was asking, is the Jay Foreman and retirement in the cards?
No, I'm retired. The NFL retired me, man. But, maybe you have a change of heart, maybe some dynamics of what, kind of was along the thought process of when she decided to retire changed. Or more importantly, she thought maybe at that time it was time to retire. And, like I said, around this time, it's football season. You start to feel it. And maybe for her, she realized maybe she missed the game, the competition and camaraderie more than she originally forecasted. So either way, I mean, obviously it's a little unique and, had the shortest retirement and probably love volleyball history. But ultimately, Jordan Larson coming back is nothing but positive because she's a great ambassador to the game, still a great player, and obviously one of Nebraska's own.
The statement from Jordan Larson, this decision took time and it came from a lot of honest reflection. I'm coming back because when I got still enough to truly listen, I realized the game wasn't done with me and I wasn't done with it. There's more in me and I'm grateful for the opportunity to keep giving that to Love Volleyball Nebraska. Kirsten Bernthal Booth, the president, says, of course, we're thrilled to welcome Jordan back. She proved last season she's still competing at an elite level, and we're fortunate to have one of the greatest players our sport has ever seen wearing a Love Volleyball Nebraska jersey again. More than anything, I'm proud of the way she represents herself, our team, in the game of volleyball. We are so fortunate to call her a Nebraskan. Again, more power to her. Her decision. She's one of the greats. She can do what she wants. I know plenty of people, my aunt being one of them, who reached out when she heard this news, and it's, I don't know, bittersweet's the right way. Maybe feeling a little jilted, like, oh, Jordan Larson gets to play more volleyball. We get to watch her more. That's great. She's one of the legends. You should want to see that. But also, I know, for my aunt, there's something really special about saying, hey, I went to the retirement match. This is one of the first times, if not the first time I ever got to see her play. It was her last match. We got the special, giveaway stuff and anything. Got there early to see it, just to turn around and have that undone. Obviously, it's Jordan Larson's decision, but for a fledgling league, obviously not in any danger of going anywhere with the funding they have. It's one of those fan service things that it's never going to be easy to walk away, is it? Yeah. And so it's not about the fans, but kind of it is. And so for that to be such a special moment, for her to have that retirement, have it be her last match, for everything she's meant for, the game of volleyball, Nebraska volleyball in Nebraska, all that stuff. I can understand where people like my aunt are coming from, where they paid good money to go see this final match, be a part of something special that's a once in a lifetime thing, honor a hero, a legend, favorite player, whatever it is you want to use to describe Jordan Larson, and then to retroactively have some of the unique aspects of that moment, that experience stripped away. I can understand how that wouldn't sit right with people.
Yeah, I mean, look, look, when you make these decisions, ultimately she has to make the best decision for her, right? I mean, she's the athlete. Everybody realizes you can't play forever. And so if you still have that burning desire to play professional volleyball and you're playing at a pretty high clip, you have to make the decision to come back. And sure, people are going to be upset and, things change. I mean, you have to respect her decision, just like you respected her decision to retire, because look, she was playing at an all-star level when she retired.
Yeah.
So people could, on the flip side, could have been, upset that she retired when she was doing something great at a little bit of extended age. And so now she's coming back, and I understand you could be a little bit upset, but I think more importantly, more people will be happy to see her play again.
Great unretirements in sports. We'll see what Jordan Larson's next act looks like. It's hard to even call it a final act. We don't know if this is her final season anymore, or how much more she has left in the tank after announcing her unretirement. It just feels a little different, though, having the celebration in the match and everything, getting the jersey and everything. I don't know if it went up in the rafters or gave her the framed one, but the Tom Brady, retirement thing, that was weird. That was really weird. Yeah. The Brett Favre one, that was weird. Deion Sanders was weird. Randy Moss, it was weird. And all those players had something more to give.
Yeah.
But they all took different amounts of time off. For Jordan Larson, it's, different because she won't have technically taken any time off necessarily.
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, the NFL retirements are always significantly different because very few guys get to walk away when they want. Now, the Tom Brady thing was definitely not under the circumstances that he truly wanted to walk by. He was doing it for family purposes. Obviously, the other part, his partner, was not being very trustworthy in that decision. So, and then, with Brett Favre, I mean, I think a lot of that was also led by Aaron Rodgers coming and then Green Bay and some off the field stuff. His wife was sick. So there's always different dynamics. And so, I think about, like, one of the things that I was able to do is it wasn't Michael Jordan's last game, but I got to see Jordan play in his last season against the Timberwolves. I was also able to see Kobe Bryant play against the Rockets in his last year as well. And it was kind of like that because they did the whole ceremonies with him, and then Mike, did his, wave to the crowd and all that, and then he put on a great performance. Same with Kobe. And so I feel like it was pretty cool to see that, but I also realized if they decided to come back. Now, me being a former athlete, I understand it. You never lose that burning desire to compete. To be honest with you, even though, which is probably the dumbest thing I could think of, or used to, one of the big reasons I retired is because of the damage that was kind of done to my neck. But I still think about what if I would have, I had opportunities, but what if I would have went back one more year? That's 18, 20 years ago, or 18 years ago for sure, maybe 17.
Yeah.
So for her to have the opportunity to do it, you got to respect it. No matter how she came to that conclusion, probably came to the retirement conclusion, obviously a little bit too hasty. It's very fortunate for her that Love Volleyball wants her back. And that
Well, it helps when she's part owner of the team.
That is true.
She's playing at a high level.
But they could stymie you a little bit though.
They
They could be like, I don't know, we don't have any salary cap for you. You're gonna do it for free? No, not really. Well, I mean, sure, but I mean, it does help that she's part owner, but then also, she's doing it for a bigger reason. She's doing it for herself, doing it for the organization, obviously doing it for a lot of other young ladies that are coming to the league as well.
Phil on the text line says, well, when her next final game comes around, it will be unceremonious, and that will be unfortunate. I wonder if moving forward we even get an announcement, or if it's just plays the season out, and then we get the off season of speculation, and then a week after the season, oh hey, that was it, because you already did the flowers and then the party and the parade and all that stuff.
Be a speech. She'll be at like center court or whatever and give her thanks. I mean,
but it'll probably be a surprise, right? You don't think it'll get leaked and it'll be, I'm retiring at the end of this year. I think it'll feel more on the whim to the outside.
The only person that can't hold his water is who that works for Love Volleyball. Nick Singer.
Okay, you said.
No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing.
David said it on the text line as well, but
no, I don't. I mean, I think she'll always get her flowers. Look, she's one of the best to ever play. Period.
Yeah.
In my mind, being a former athlete, if she wants to retire, unretire 10 times, I'm down with it, because I'm gonna tell you this. I always look at Tom Brady. He still was playing at an elite level, and he retired for other reasons. That's a regret he has. He will tell you.
Well, he had 300 million reasons waiting for him at a free
but that 300 million was sitting there competing like what he wanted to do, and that's what you love to do, and he wasn't done with the sport, and certainly Tampa wasn't done with him. And the way he retired, I wouldn't say he regrets it, but it obviously is still there. So that fire's still burning.
So then take me inside the mind of an athlete, because I think there's this perception from the outside, and I'm certainly guilty of, asking this question. Not everyone gets the chance to walk away on top. You've said, more people get retired than choose to retire.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have the chance to choose to retire, isn't knowing that you maybe had more in the tank part of the deal? Yeah, I could have kept playing, but at that level, or at what level, and what kind of, how much of a factor is legacy? And, do I want to let myself get down to this level, or just that competitive fire? Hey, I still got it. I'm going to go until I know I don't have it anymore. Does that override everything?
Depends on who you are. I mean, I remember listening to NFL Network, and Champ Bailey was, kind of coming off injuries, and Deion Sanders was like, he needs to retire to protect his legacy. And that's when you're a superstar Hall of Fame player. Sometimes you have to retire as a whatever, earlier, when you probably could play maybe a backup role, but then that kind of messes up your long-term potentially legacy. Or, guys that, retire, walking away is just because there's other things going on in the organization, like Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson, that you can't go anywhere, and it's just not worth it, or your body breaks down. But you still could have came back and played. So it's like I would say this, it's probably the same 1% that is the difference in the 1% of athletes in the league is the same 1% that gets to retire on their own terms. Few and far between. 99% of the league, you get retired. The thing that sucks about the NFL, once you're out the league, you ain't getting back in. Now, you might think it, you ain't getting back in unless like all hell breaks loose. So, good for her. And obviously people can be a little upset. You witness history, when she retired, change her mind. You're going to witness history when you take yourself and go watch again.
Similar vein, not the exact same game. Andre Drummond was on a podcast recently who said the biggest mistake of his career was what? Taking a veteran minimum contract. Because why? Teams start to think of you that way.
Yeah.
And so he signed for it there. And he said, that's the biggest mistake. I would have signed for what I was actually worth. Going for a ring, going on a team that I thought I fit well with was one thing.
They play mind, or they can trick you. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have a good agent. And even when I was getting towards obviously the end of my career in the last 2 years, he was like, listen, I don't care what they say. I don't care if you're there for 2 weeks. You're not signing without getting some sort of sign-up bonus, meaning that you're not coming for cheap. So, I understand it. And, you respect the guy that wants to go and play. Ultimately, you got to make the best business decision for you and obviously your career.
Gus Mohawk, we see your text. We'll see if we can get to that over the course of the next hour. We'll let you chew on that one for a little bit. We'll go to break when we get back.
Okay.
Elena from The Upside is with us. Big weekend for UFC. Conor McGregor returns.
Did he pass the drug test?
Supposedly. Have to see. All right, Elena from The Upside. We'll be back with her right after this.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many. That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish back shelf bar, enjoy a healthy, family-friendly menu, and catch all your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets located on 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Your friends with Genesis Contracting Group here in Lincoln would like to take this time out to thank our first responders, doctors, nurses, and the healthcare professionals who put their lives in harm's way for our protection. Blood donation centers need people to donate blood. Be a silent hero and give blood today. It will help accident victims, surgery patients, sick children, and members of our military. This message is from Genesis Contracting Group here in Lincoln. Stay united and keep America safe and strong.
Are you looking for a jump start on your health and fitness this summer? The next Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starts July 11th. And right now, ticket listeners can save an incredible $200 off the 10-week challenge. Our proven program combines kickboxing, strength training, nutrition coaching, and accountability to help you lose fat, build strength, and create healthy habits that last. No matter your current fitness level, our coaches will guide you every step of the way. Don't wait until summer is over to start feeling better. Join the Farrell's 10-week challenge starting July 11th and save $200 as a ticket listener. Visit fxblincoln.com today. That's fxblincoln.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results you can see and feel.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering, with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back 9 Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities available for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln, just off 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Husker fans, the 2026 Nebraska football season is quickly approaching, and we need you in the Sea of Red at Memorial Stadium this fall. Single game tickets for all 7 home games start at just $45 and are now available in both end zone and sideline seat locations. These tickets are only available while supplies last, so get yours today before they're gone. To purchase your Husker football single game tickets or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
That's right. Welcome back in. It is Old School. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman, joined now by Elena from the Upside Bar and Lounge. Elena, how's it going?
Pretty good. Glad it's Friday.
Absolutely. On top of a big UFC weekend coming up. Conor McGregor's back. That's pretty fun.
Yes. Everybody's been talking about it, so I'm excited. I love getting the groups in there, crowds of people. So
Stocking up on Guinness or Bailey's or anything in particular for his return?
we've always got everything. So.
For sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, with the UFC, obviously karaoke tonight, and obviously, like always, run down the whole weekend for Upside.
Okay. Karaoke starts at 9:30, and we'll go all the way to 2 a.m. if we've got singers. So that's always fun. And then UFC tomorrow. Prelims start around 7, I believe, and the main card at 8. And I know everybody can watch it now on Paramount or whatever it is, but bars still have to through the correct way. So we're one of the very few places that can still show it. So,
and for a big weekend, obviously we're going to get into the treats that you brought us. But what are anything new on the menu for UFC weekends, or just this time of the year?
Right now we're just sticking to our summer menu. We try to keep it pretty easy and chill for everybody during the summertime. So
Right.
yeah. Nothing crazy we're working on. We'll start working on the football menu and all that coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty soon. You got about a month and a half. So.
It'll be here before we know it.
World Cup been on in the bar?
Yeah, actually, I should say that we had. It's a little bit sad now that USA is out, but we had this $3 shot. So I picked a shot for every single country, and if that country scores for the next few minutes, you can have a $3 shot. And some of them are. It's funny that people are like, I've got to take, and I'm like, well, you don't have to take it, but they're like, but it's the shot for Belgium, and so, and then I really want to get rid of a certain alcohol, the cinnamon rumplements is just not selling, and so I put that as the number one country's shot. I figured they'd be making the most score, so yeah, it's been fun though.
We call that savvy business right there.
Yes.
Have you had a pretty good crowd for the World Cup?
Yeah, we're not like a full-on sports bar
Right.
like some of the ones around us that they do great, but the people that kind of want a little bit like quieter atmosphere, like still fun, like
Right.
people there, but just not quite so crowded, and drinks really fast and good service, and that's the people that like to come to Upside. So
Before we get into the drinks, we always ask everybody, it's the week after the 4th. Did you have a good 4th of July weekend?
yeah, it was fun. Actually stayed in town for the first time in a while. I'm usually down in Miami, I feel like, on the 4th of July. So yeah, I was around here and just hung out with family and took it pretty easy. And then my birthday was on Tuesday. So
Belated happy birthday.
Yeah. So we had fun.
What's 4th of July like in Miami?
Oh, A yacht with lots of fireworks, and it's really pretty. Just I'm on the water. I like not a care in the world. So yeah,
Nice.
I've been able to take my kids down the last couple of years too, so it's been really fun for them.
Not lighting fireworks from the yacht, are you?
We did try that one time.
How did that go?
How'd that work?
Well, the wind took it. We might possibly have a little hole in one of the seats, so we decided to ixnay that again. We tried though, because that is my son's favorite thing to do is fireworks. So
That's awesome. All right, 2 drinks. Which one should we try first? What do you think?
okay, the one with the jalapeno. Well, you don't have it. The one with ice.
Yes.
Since I put it
I
on
see a
the
little
cup.
jalapeno seed in there. So
It is a spicy Captain Pomegranate margarita.
Ooh.
So a little pomegranate, a little sweet chili,
Yeah, I like this one.
a little jalapeno.
Wow.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Little tahini on the
this-
rim, Jay.
Yeah, this
We're in
could,
trouble.
This could put you under after about 3 or 4 of
Yeah,
those.
it's a nice summer drink.
Yeah.
So anything, especially with just a little kick to it, is always kind of fun.
I'm not the biggest spice guy. That's just the perfect amount.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
overpowering. You definitely catch it.
Yep.
Like a little tahini on the rim. Oh,
Yep.
that's the
This is
way.
perfect.
That's the way.
Yeah, this is a nice hot day on the summer, even like a humid day today. About 4 or 5 of these, and you'd be half asleep at 10.
It was also only about like I'm not the big fruit guy either. My wife's nice healthy eater and whatnot. That's not me. I learned I don't know, give myself credit for like a year ago, probably closer to 6 months. Like the pomegranate seeds are like actually the pomegranate, the part you eat. I had no idea.
It's still weird.
Bizarre to me. I do not understand it. Now with strawberry, that I understand.
Yes. So the next one, sorry about the no ice because I wasn't thinking, but is one of the most popular ones, the strawberry lemonade mule. So a little bit of strawberry lemonade with ginger beer, some lime juice, and a strawberry.
I like that. This is my
Might be a little bit more refreshing if it had ice in it, but
I see the vision. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. So that's that's one of our most popular summer items. I really like that one. So
I can see why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Warm day outside, step on into air conditioning in one of these and you're set.
Yeah,
You're
it's
good
a
to
nice
go.
little kick to it, and then also it makes you feel sophisticated too, because it looks like it. You can put it in like a wine glass, and then
yeah, well, that one actually will come in a copper mule cup.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, look at Jay trying to get too fancy.
yeah,
Wine glass
Well,
for
we can
us
put it-
now, mule.
you gotta fake it till you make it, man.
we can
That
put
just
it in
makes you
my
look-
wine glass for
Even
you.
put the pinky up, like I know what I'm doing.
Let me see if it makes it taste any different.
Well, Elena, big weekend. UFC again. Conor McGregor coming back. What are the crowds like? I mean, obviously UFC's been going along. Obviously, the last one was at the White House, but I think Conor McGregor brings a little bit different atmosphere. Are you
Yeah.
excited for that? It's been, I think, what 2, 3, 4 years since he's actually fought. And
Like 2021, 22.
yeah, because he was supposed to have a fight, then he
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah.
How excited are you for UFC this weekend?
I think that we'll definitely get some bigger crowds. It's summertime, so it kind of dies down a little bit. But even with people being able to watch it at home, we don't charge a cover, so people like to get out and be around others cheering it on or cheering on the opposite people. So yeah, I think we'll do pretty good this fight. Last one wasn't too bad, but it was still, like I said, there's so much going on in the summertime.
Right.
So
Yeah. Do you notice when big names fight? There's a difference even for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely, and we'll even have people start calling into reserve tables. I'll usually do like a $20 per seat goes towards your tab just to make sure that,
sure.
I'm getting people in the door and they're not just calling in and not showing up. But those are the big names. We'll start getting those usually today or so.
There you go.
Yeah.
There should be a great
Good stuff,
weekend.
good drinks too.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Listen, you guys go over those. Both those drinks are popping. So.
And that's the highest compliment Jay Foreman gives. Pop it. That's how you know. So Jay Foreman stamp of approval, Austin Norman stamp of approval. Go down, see Elena and the staff at the Upside, 27th and Pine Lake for International Fight Week and more. World Cup, baseball, into football season, obviously around the corner. Elena, great to see you. Thanks as always.
Thank you.
We'll be back. Hour 3 of Old School on the other side.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Your friends with Genesis Contracting Group here in Lincoln would like to take this time out to thank our first responders, doctors, nurses, and the healthcare professionals who put their lives in harm's way for our protection. Blood donation centers need people to donate blood. Be a silent hero and give blood today. It will help accident victims, surgery patients, sick children, and members of our military. This message is from Genesis Contracting Group here in Lincoln. Stay united and keep America safe and strong.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many.
Safe.
That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Coy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time. And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Hour 3, Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. We're trying to finish this Friday. We want to thank Elena from Upside coming in, telling us about UFC, the return of Conor McGregor, karaoke tonight. Also, they have 7 TVs, a great menu, great drinks, as we always experience when she comes in. So we appreciate Elena and whoever else she brings from Upside. But Old School, we're brought to you by Graham Tire. Graham Tire has been serving the Midwest for 75 years. 4 locations located here in Lincoln, GrahamTireOfLincoln.com. They also will take care of any car and truck need that you have. So look them up. They'll hook you up. Tell them Austin and Jay sent you. So we appreciate their support. Appreciate your support as well. We got some texts that we're going to get to. We'll talk a little bit of the ESPN version of the rankings of the recruiting for Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go through that. There was an interesting, tweet, Austin, that you sent me on the rundown about Nebraska getting a chance at redemption from Dylan to Trey. Any similarities? Trey's dad spoke about it, and see what you guys think about it as well. So we're going to go all over the place, but look, it's July 10th. It's about 3 weeks away, and recruiting is done for the most part. Now, obviously, Nebraska's waiting to potentially, flip a couple guys, but, they have a pretty good recruiting class here. And, for them, it's, to be ranked number 12 by the, ESPN rankings, I think is really, really good for Nebraska, considering who's in and around them. Ohio State is number 5. You have teams like Wisconsin that has leveled up, like I said, obviously for Luke Fickell, kind of with his back against the wall. UCLA with the influx of a new coach and obviously new money in their NIL is there. USC is at 18. So Nebraska has done a really good job, I think, with 22 commits.
Yeah.
And
climbing potentially.
And climbing potentially. And look, the class can continue to climb if they just keep it at 22 and the guys that they have, perform, at the same level or a little bit better. So for Nebraska, as far as the recruiting the high school players, I think is actually, surprising a lot of people, and you don't know how they're able to do it. I think obviously, with Stewart coming in, I think maybe they've taken a different approach. And I think he's more salary cap NIL based, but it's not just only for the portal and present day players. He has to formulate a program and thought into bringing in these potential high school players. And because the rule was passed last year that you can pay the high school seniors beginning in August 1st, their senior year. I don't know how much, but they will be able to be compensated so you can kind of lock them in a little bit. So that is also a part of their plan right now. So Nebraska's on the come up and potentially going to continue to rise as far as the recruiting rankings go.
Yeah, coming in at number 12, according to ESPN, is a big deal. It's, means something, right? Jumped up 4 spots, 8 in the Sports Center Next 300. That's kind of a big deal as well. I think that tweet was going around, that information, that the first time since 2005 that Nebraska has 4 players rated in the consensus top 100, I think it is.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal as well. Until you put in perspective how far Nebraska has still to go. Right in front of Nebraska is Michigan at number 11, who's been top 11 or better for the better part of the last 5 years, right? UCLA, kind of a Nebraska spot, right? Pop-up school, having a good run, having a good class. How do you start stacking more classes, right? Clemson maybe falling a little bit. LSU heavy in the portal now with Lane Kiffin. Ole Miss obviously pretty heavy in the portal at this point as well. USC at number 18. That's another Big Ten team in the general neighborhood of Nebraska in these rankings. 18 seems a little low for USC.
It's very low for USC.
There's a bunch of talent out there. Even, if you don't count this as USC losing a commit, cornerback Jalen Hill in that 2027 class for Nebraska is leaving Bosco.
Yeah.
That's not something you see for a guy that's, a 4-star prospect. Now he's going to Miami. Obviously that's, plenty good competition as well. And who knows what all went into that. But St. John Bosco is one of the
premier high school programs. Yeah. In
for you to choose to leave. And so that's not a reflection on USC, but it's just, something that feels like there's some level of connection to some degree. And so, good for Nebraska to get a guy from that area. Good for Nebraska to climb all the way up to number 12. Now let's see Nebraska stick in this range, right? Because you've said, this class of 2027 isn't going to walk onto campus and start winning Nebraska Big Ten games immediately. But this class of 2027, by the time it's, third year players, maybe second year they're on the field, third year they're starting to play consistently and well. And then fourth year, they're either off to the NFL draft or, hey, this is when it's all come together, and then it can stack classes behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, when you focus on USC and where they're at right now, 18 is way too low, no matter where Lincoln Riley is at in his, contract years or his tenure. USC is always expected to be a top 10 program. They've had an influx of money into their program. They have a great facility out there. They've obviously increased their recruiting budget. They've made some moves from the coaching staff, which obviously you had one of the Ryan brothers as coming in as a linebacker coach. They've got,
I think it was Rob, wasn't it?
Rob,
Yeah.
new linebacker or new defensive coordinator as well. I think what they've done is they've tried to support the football program as much as possible. Now, obviously, with NIL and being able to pay players, it does change the landscape. But let's be honest, the talent pool in the state of California, you can probably, build your roster 90% of the talent pool there. Now, obviously,
in
and around the portal and all that. And I think one of the things that's probably hurt USC in the recruiting, and I can't speak for any player, but from my eyes, like what they haven't been able to do from a development standpoint. You got to remember back in 2022, I think they had Corey Foreman, who was the overall number one player. Maybe it was 2020.
Bloodline?
No, I didn't know.
That was quick. Okay.
Well, not that I know of. Let me recant that. Nothing ever came of him. He never even started. And so
Bear Alexander,
all those guys. So when you think about it, these recruits talk, the coaches know, and for USC to be at 18, now they will tell you it's good for us to be at 18, considering some of the seasons that we've had, right? Let down, lost some players, lost the Branch brothers last year. Had a chance to play yourself into a playoff, wasn't able to do that playoff spot per se. So for them, they're saying, okay, we're at 18 and we'll continue to climb. Realistically, they should always be within the top 12 and always thinking about moving up and then finish at 8 or above. So it lets you know how far Nebraska came, right? To have 22 high school commits, considering that Nebraska was just 7-6 last year, and the last 3 weeks were not the best weeks that Nebraska's ever had.
No.
They've really hit the recruiting trail hard, and it showed with the commitments. Obviously, Trey Taylor helps with that, being the number one quarterback and so forth and so on. But then but to go and get originally Ellis and get him to move here, and then go and get Taylor, a Penn State commit, or Penn State, I guess.
Well, was committed at one point.
Was committed, but a Pennsylvania kid, and flip. They've been able to knock down some walls, and they were able to go down to Georgia and get an interior offensive lineman. Got a big old tight end that probably is, to be honest with you, a really good probably prospect inline tight end. But I'm going to tell you, he's a couple cheeseburgers from kick stepping back as a pretty dang good eventually left tackle as well. Being 255 pounds as a tight end in high school, you are one really good offseason from being an offensive tackle. So it gives you some flexibility there. So
funny quick story on that. Damon Wilkinson spoke for Nebraska men's basketball. Apparently he was getting some football recruiting interest. Said he wanted to play tight end, but team saw him as a left tackle. And so he said, nope, it's basketball for me.
Yeah, I mean, those guys. Look, you when every football coach is looking at basketball players and see what they could be, on the football field, and look when they're looking at the body frame, shoulders, and stuff like that, and assuming you have the willingness to put on the weight.
The other part, then, to your point on Nebraska and making strides in recruiting, Jay, is I don't think anyone's surprised that Matt Rule's good at recruiting. The man knows how to talk.
Yeah.
We've said that for better or for worse at different times throughout his tenure at Nebraska, but recruits are drawn to him. People are drawn to him, right? You can get people to fall in line behind Matt Rule. That hasn't necessarily been the issue. Now, some of the criticism, I'm not saying it's completely fair. I'm just saying some of the criticism that we've heard is this is a program that's focused on clicks. It's focused on attention, the podcast this and social media that, which you can have your opinion on that as a fan. But it's good that Nebraska coaches want to recruit.
Yeah.
But there's also more to the job than recruiting. Even if recruiting is the lifeblood, whether it's high school or transfer portal of a program, you still got to want to coach football and be good at coaching football, because I don't think this is a worry with Nebraska. But if some of those criticisms are valid and warranted, and it's about, what's next? Okay, 2027 class is all but locked in. When can we get on the 2028 kids and get that? Recruiting is important. It deserves a lot of attention, but so does the current roster. So does getting the most out of the 2026 class and the 2027 class and beyond. And so I hope that Nebraska is able to strike that balance of continuing to climb in the recruiting rankings because they're having conversations with top athletes and finding ways to get them to campus, but also making sure the coaches remember that their primary job is coaching football, not recruiting. Coach what's in front of you, not necessarily what's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough job that, you got to do. You got to be able, to wear both hats, and you got to understand, it's time management, it's mental management, and also it's re-recruiting your roster as hard or harder than these high school kids. And so that's what the recruiting department's for as well. And they're trying to, the recruiting department, when coaches have to make the recruiting calls, is that you need, other guys and assistants to trim the fat, so kind of what you're saying, how many times a kid likes to be contacted, and you just got to be consistent with it. But more importantly, you're right. You can't turn a blind eye to the team that's going to help you win games in the present year, because if you don't, or you always look into the future, there will not be a future for you as a coaching staff there, because you could potentially, get fired. So, look, for Nebraska, anything positive, you have to, be aware of and take it, because this staff right here, they work at recruiting. You got to, now what these recruits become, that's really a whole nother radio show. But their willingness to go out and knock on doors and kind of shake the trees a little bit, or whatever you want to call it, you got to give them credit for it. They work at it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's other staffs that we've had, since, Frank Solich was here, that some of them didn't want to really recruit and didn't really take it serious and really did as little as possible while recruiting. And so these guys are out there trying to recruit. Now, look, last year they took a lot of flack because there was, I don't know, maybe 16, 17 Nebraska kids going to Power 4 or major Division I programs, and we only got maybe like one or two.
Yeah.
And so they're able to kind of rebound from that, or that kind of lack of, production, getting those guys to commit, to go out and get guys, that hopefully can come in here and play well. And I think, everybody's focused on Trey Taylor, obviously, obviously he's the quarterback. But I think this whole class, I wouldn't say it depends on Torrey Pittman, but it depends on Torrey Pittman and what he has to be for real. He has to be. You're the number one safety in
America.
Right. So that means it's expected you should be able to come in here day one. If not starting, you should be able to play a lot. That means you are physically big enough, you are fast enough, strong enough, athletically, underwear Olympics there, and you should be mentally tough enough and mentally prepared to come in here and make an impact, without a doubt.
Tightened up off the field, obviously, coming in as a freshman. You're close to home, so hopefully that helps.
You're a 5-star. It's all of it. We've heard about recruits that maybe are a 5-star talent, but then they are 1-star off the field. So he has to be everything that's advertised. You got a couple corners that are coming in, not a lot at linebacker and defensive line. They got to really chore that up. But as far as the skill positions, and he fits that. If you come in with a verified speed of 10.9 in the 100 meters, and I don't know when that was ran, 21 miles an hour in game speed, you got to play. Or and not play you because what you're ranked. You have to earn a spot. You have to be good enough. You have to be.
You have to earn the spot, not be given the spot.
That means you got to be an excellent tackler. You got to be physical enough, and you got to have the competitive stamina to play well. 12 games and hopefully into bowl games and playoffs.
Which is not necessarily easy as a freshman, but to your point, is what the money's for. It's professional football, and if you're that dude, you walk onto campus. We talked, I think, last week about freshman difference makers. What that means and what that looks like. You said it, if you're a 5-star, maybe this is the start of this week. If you're a 5-star, you got to walk onto campus ready to go. That's the expectation. That's why you're recruited. Don't expect perfection, but expect you to be on the field and make some plays. Show your pedigree. It's there for a reason for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be, a special teams contributor as well, which obviously will help you secure your spot on the 2 deep when you go on the road. You should be able to be in the rotation, if not early in the season, definitely by after non-con, especially with the 5-for-5. And so, sure, Trey Taylor and company, obviously with Khalil and all them that, they're what gets the presses, but the guys on defense are going to make it go because that's how that's going to keep you in the games. And defense is going to win you championships. Offense is going to get you clicks. And so, pretty good class, pretty good on Nebraska. You got to think, just running down the top 10, Texas A&M is number 1. They have 16 of the top 300 commits, which is obviously really, really good. Dominating on both sides of the ball. They got, a couple offensive linemen coming in at, 300 pounds. Then Notre Dame is next. Same thing, 16 top 300 commits. Their number 1 prospect is an offensive lineman, and that's what they've been known for. Then they got a lot of NFL pedigree guys that they have on their roster as well. Texas Longhorns are coming in at 3. Interesting that Easton Royal is their number 1 offensive guy. We talked about John Meredith, the top defensive prospect, that he transferred to another school and his mom got married. The previous coach blocked it in administration, so he potentially have to go back to the old school or have to be ineligible this year, which then maybe if he is far enough academically could potentially reclass and be on campus. Number 4 is Oregon. Every year, rinse and repeat. We shall see. They've been getting closer and closer as far as making it farther in the playoffs. This is a big year. Number 5 is Oklahoma, which is interesting because they have 12 top 300 commits. Venables is, I won't say on the hot seat, but wasn't very comfortable.
Last year helped with that.
Last year helped.
But was it a mirage? Did it
see.
without Mateer for the most part.
And Mateer looks good. Definitely has been in the weight room.
How different or similar are Mateer and Calandria? Is Mateer just Calandria with better PR and better supporting cast? Is he actually better than Calandria? Is Calandria similar? How do you view those two guys?
He's bigger. He's definitely obviously bigger. But they play the same. He might be a better pocket passer, but I think there's not much difference there. But yeah, sure. He's also been at Oklahoma for over a year. So he's kind of just a year ahead of this in this process. So Ohio State comes in at 6.
Slackers, underachievers.
They only have 11 top 300, and then Florida, which is they seem like they're there every year, but they're horrible on the field. Obviously, has a new coach, and Summerall has done a really good job. He did really good things out there at Tulane. Miami Hurricanes, again, influx of money. They're just taking that national championship runner-up and moving and grooving with it. Number 9, Auburn Tigers. Alex Golish has done a really good job, obviously, at South Florida. I think, obviously, Alabama is, in general, is a hotbed for talent. He has 13 top 300 recruits. They are the number 9 ranked class. That is a surprise. They do have money, but not Texas Tech or other people's money. He's a heck of a recruiter and has a pretty good eye for talent.
And Auburn's been a team that's been sneaky good in the recruiting rankings
for last decade.
Yeah,
always. Number 10, before we move on, is Texas Tech Red Raiders. Obviously, funny enough, Kavion Bryant is their top offensive recruit. He's a quarterback. Jalen Brewster is the top defensive prospect. He's a defensive tackle, 6'3", 300-pound plus that can play any position across the front.
6'3", 300 coming out of high school.
And he's
what do you think that 300? You think that's
it's a good looking 300 too.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's a big,
earned every bit of it.
Yeah. But he's athletic as all get out. So number 11 is Michigan. We shall see. Camden Lapati is their number 1 recruit as a quarterback.
Jay said potty.
Lapati.
I know.
Oh yeah. So we shall see. So then Nebraska at number 12. But it brings us to Nebraska. The top offensive prospect is obviously Trey Taylor III. Top defensive prospect is Troy Pittman III. That's a little podcast idea for those guys. But anyways, Trey Taylor got the article or the tweet Somebody said, is Nebraska learned, or what are they going to do different? I wouldn't say, I say learn and maybe adjust, from learning what was positive and what maybe was negative with Dylan Raiola and how they approach it with Trey Taylor. I don't think it's necessarily on Nebraska. I think it's Nebraska, the Taylors, the players, his family, and Nebraska, how they handle it.
Mhm.
But also, I would tell you this: look, you come to Nebraska, you're going to be high profile. You're the quarterback at Nebraska. You're double high profile. You're the number one prospect. You're triple high profile. You've been active on social media. That's quadruple high profile. So with all that being said, it's the same as Dylan. He was the number one quarterback in recruit and all that stuff. He made the ticker on the Today Show.
Yeah.
Right? Trey Taylor wasn't at that level. So really, as far as when he committed, he didn't get that, right? Now Dylan was different now, and so it kind of really took over the media streams. So I don't think there's a lot different there. And of course, they're two different kids, right? Rightfully so. But also I think it just comes down to how you handle it. How you handle, look, I said this around here. Look, coaches and players, you around here, you're going to be successful or not successful. How do you handle success and how do you handle adversity? And it's really how do you handle success, or what you've deemed success around here, more than you handle adversity. Because adversity is everywhere, right? When you lose a game, that's the worst thing in the world. How do you handle what you view, or what people around you, or what the fans view as success? Win a game, or you win a couple games, or become bowl eligible, or in this case, you come in with all the, you got money in your pocket and all this other stuff, whatever it is, how do you handle it? So the best thing you could do is do some fact finding, see what went well or went well in the building, and what they perceive with Dylan. Maybe try to reach out to Dylan, what he felt like, worked well, didn't work well. Talk to some other players on the team, come up with a plan, execute the plan. You won't have any problems.
Who are the first people you're going to that'll be carryover players for what worked and what didn't work?
Well, first thing I'm going to do is just lock everything down. This is our plan, how we're going to handle it. Then you also, Coach Rule and Coach Thomas coached him. So those are two guys, right? And then, Trey's got to talk to the players. And
you going to Justin Evans at all?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's your dude. And also I think that, as a young kid, I mean, he's only 18, so he doesn't have any a lot of world experience, but look, everything can't be negative around here, because, he was a starting quarterback for two years. So, if somebody's telling you that he was a bad player, that you really can't take their advice. He was a good player. Was he as good as everybody thought he wanted him to do? Not yet. So you have to be wary of that, because you could be in that same situation. So you have to take everything with a grain of salt and really do some digging and find out, okay, what was Dylan like on a day-to-day basis? What was it like for him? I'd really try to get into contact with Keith Mann and come up with a game plan to keep everything under wraps, so I can focus on the main thing, which is being the best player I can be at Nebraska while I'm playing football.
The easiest thing to do probably is open up the phone, find the old app with the X on it, hold it down till it jiggles, and then hit the little red button. Probably the easiest way
you
to
could do
handle
that. Or do what you said you're going to do. Come on Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin.
Yeah, come on.
And we can give you about the 4 things of success here at Nebraska, and you'll be A-okay.
Once and for all, you're good to go. Easy as that.
And
you can save that recording. We'll clip it and send it to you. You can have it forever.
And anytime you need to come in and get something off your chest, we'll just throw you a couple softballs.
What we do.
Yeah. So
Jay Foreman, home run derby batting practice pitcher.
yeah. I'm not Bryce Harper's dad. I got fired, on his day off. But we shall see. I think there's a lot to learn on both ends. I think when things don't work out, not one side's fault. Both of them would probably prefer that it worked out. But either way, Trey's got a year of high school to get through, and then eventually when he gets to Nebraska, he'll be in the storm of Nebraska media, and so hopefully he has a game plan to handle that accordingly. So we're going to take a quick break, come back, still talk a little bit about Nebraska football. We will get to your text, because we have a really good text here about what the difference is in mindset, summer and fall camp, conditioning, and so forth and so on. You've been reading my mind, because I going to put out a post on IG about that as well. So Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, we'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white truck, you know the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Friend Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Friend Country Club, just 40 minutes southeast of Lincoln. It's worth a visit.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many.
Safe.
That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour. plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering, with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back 9 Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities available for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln, just off 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh man, you know what? That's the next thing I'm gonna do, man. I've been on Foreman Football Academy. I've been dropping some nuggets, and then during the season, I'll do some more like YouTube and talk about the ins and outs and some advice for players as you move forward as a professional athlete. You know, relationships and all that other stuff. But I will tell you, nobody will screw you over like your family, though.
Of all people.
I'm just telling you from experience. And
It'd be your own sometimes.
It'd be your own. It 90% of the time, it's your own. What we were talking about off air, we can't talk about on air, but yeah, they, you know, literally a distant family member, a wide receiver in the NFL. I was claiming him in the Minneapolis Miracle. I was claiming him in Buffalo. Right now,
Houston also happened.
Houston, yeah, and he was great down there.
Mm-hmm.
No, but he really was. He had too much time on his hands. Anyways, got a good text here from my man Gus Mohawk. Says, can you shine some light on the difference in mindset between spring, summer, and fall camps? That's question one. In the NFL and college, also any good summer conditioning camp stories. The difference is as you go from spring, summer, and the fall, and you know, the fall I view is like obviously when you know you're getting into, you know, this summer camp, but then obviously you go through the fall season starting. It's 3 levels. It's the spring / winter conditioning, spring ball. I think that's a celebration. Look at us. We have a different team. We look physically different. Our arms have gotten bigger, and we look that everything's kind of like fresh, and it's everybody's a new start, right? And then when you get into summer, it's level 2, another notch or two intensity wise. these guys are able to do some stuff on the field that we weren't able to do. And this is where you try to separate yourself or continue to separate yourself, solidify yourself, or gain some momentum as far as on the depth chart, right? And that's where the true work comes, because there's not a lot of attention. You're out there on the own. You should be working in the dark and trying to shed some light on what you've been doing come the season. And then when you get into fall camp, that's full on. It's game day. It's full. It's way more intense. A funny story for me, like when I got drafted to Buffalo, right? So you're already nervous as all get out. So you have rookie mini camp. So there's a bunch of rookies out there. Oh wow, this is easy. Like you kind of feel more comfortable, right? We're all just trying to
coming from Nebraska help at all with that.
Yeah, and look, we were one of the best teams. Won 3 national championships. So the intensity and how to practice, I was easily way ahead of a lot of majority of the people. And they're teaching you the playbook, the basics and all that, and kind of getting used to the weight program, the nutrition and all that. So they're able to get a good look at you and stuff. And they got some free agents come in so that you do that. So that was kind of, you're getting all the reps. If there was 100 plays, I'm getting, just 50 plays on offense, 50 on defense, I'm getting all those reps. That's number one. That's kind of the play time. Then you get a couple weeks and they introduce you into like the phase 1 of the offseason program. Well, coming from Nebraska, lifting weights was just what we did. That was easy. And running and all that, so it was great. And then came the first mini camp. That's when the big dogs came in, right? And that was just like a 3-day thing. It was 5 practices over 3 days. I think we went 2 days. I think we went Friday, Saturday, and then 1 on Sunday, I think, or something like that. And so, look, you got other guys come in and, kind of that depth chart is there. Just, look, they bring it in. Now you go from taking all the reps, me and my man, Big Dusty Renfro from Texas, and we're down on like the 3rd team. We're doing a lot of watching. But then you're trying to, you learn the special teams, and now you're on second team special teams, depending on where you're at and how many guys they have, at your position. Like Keon Carpenter and everybody, we were kind of like we were all trying to figure it out. The intensity was a little bit more. The veterans were trying to get back into it. You know what I'm saying? And then, I just remember, I'll never forget this. It was like one of the last practices, and I'd got, my plays were cut severely. And I remember Ted Cottrell was like, "This is the last one." He's like, "This is the last play." You know what I'm saying? Man, I've been sitting over there probably for like 20 minutes, like even longer. I got in there, man. I swear to God, that everybody was going right. I was still looking in the backfield. I think that running back still run. Ted Cottrell over there laughing at me, man. He was like, he's like, "You dumb rookie." He's like, "I told you it was coming. Don't you take a hit?" I'm like, man, I couldn't move, right?
Mr. Ted, I was sitting there for 20 minutes. What was boy supposed to do?
So then you get a little time off. You get to come back, and then you get back into the off-season program. And that's when you get into that June mini camp. And I'm going to tell you this to answer the question, that the atmosphere of that June mini camp, because that's the last time before you go into training camp, was like night and day. There was no extra time on install. You better know it. You better study it. It was ultra competitive. It was the speed and intensity had cranked up times 4. So that was kind of like a glimpse into how training camp can go. And they told us, like, "All right, rookies, look, we're going to play you a lot in the preseason, but you ain't playing. You got to earn your way into the 2 deep." So then I talked with my agent. We were looking at them contracts. I was like, John Holosek just got a new contract. Sam Cowart was all rookie. He ain't going nowhere. That's 2 starters. Yeah, my man Marlo Perry, that was the 3rd down linebacker, and they loved him because he could play everything, and special teams captain. And then they had this dude named Joe Cummings, and he was a linebacker on a special teams dude. He was kind of a little squirrely, but Bruce DeHaven loved him. But he'd been on the team, and he was like, I think he was an undrafted free agent that they kind of developed, and, supposedly was fast and stuff. And then I looked at the last 2 years, how many inside linebackers they kept. Now, it couldn't go to outside because they drafted Keith Newman. And
5. Okay.
Well, Keith was on outside.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about it. So there was no way for me to, be multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Hey, man, what's up, man?" And I know they told me like they didn't think.
Why'd you pick me anyways?
Well, they told me we didn't think you was gonna be there, so you're too good. We're gonna pick you. Well, where am I gonna be at? Because I felt like I was too good to. Of course, I'm gonna think I need to be on the active roster.
Mm-hmm.
And so my agent was like, "You need to go make noise." And so you get into training camp. You're getting some reps and stuff like that because they made sure we got the reps, right? Sometimes we do the 2s and 3s would, have, more reps and some practice to get the vets. We had Andre Reed and all those guys and stuff like that. So I was kind of inching up the depth chart a little bit. I'd be with the 2s one day, then I'd be back to 3s or whatever. The 2 best things I ever did to make the team at Buffalo, I'm going to tell you this right now, is I'd never forget this. I was driving from Lincoln to Buffalo by myself.
That's a drive.
Oh, yeah. But it was good to get your mind right.
Mm.
Plus, it was cool. It was like I had all my stuff in there, left my apartment, had my Nebraska pads. I mean, it's just everything. I was just,
music on or just thinking to yourself?
I had a couple of TVs in there. I was doing too much. I was riding, right?
All right.
And I'll never forget. I called my dad, because he was kind of navigating me around like Columbus, and I think I might have went up and around Chicago. So we had always drove that way to DC. So he kind of was just navigating. Mind you, I ain't pulling out a map. He's talking me through it or whatever. So we got through there, and then once I got to Erie, Pennsylvania, I'll never forget this. I hit him up. I was like, "Yeah, I'm like 80 miles in or whatever." And then so he's like, "Oh, call me back, when you get closer to Buffalo." So all right, like, dog, I just called you right now.
I'm an hour out.
So I get about 20 minutes outside of training camp. He said, "Listen, the first day that you get in pass," he said, "Well, he's the first thing you do." He's like, "You find out who they think is the baddest dude on offense, right?" He's like, "You find that out." He's like, "The first day, you either fight him or you blow him up." So then I'm thinking like, it's Sam Gash, who was a fullback, and he used to be putting cats to sleep. He used to be headbutting dudes that be putting, like, he put Zach Thomas to sleep. Everybody. He was like Ram Man. Played with Bill Parcells, so he was hard nosed. So I was like, "Oh man," I was started making excuses. I was like, "Dad, I'm on the 3rd team or whatever." He's like, "Well, if you ever get a chance, you do it, or you make an example out of somebody else." Well, Sam Cowart went back to Florida State and had too good of an offseason and came in like 15 pounds overweight.
Ooh.
So what they did was they fined him some, but didn't let him practice. Sam didn't care. He just got to do the treadmill and run with Rusty.
Speaking of baseball players in the clubhouse,
Right.
there's Sam
So he
Cowart.
gets to chill. And he knows he's starting because Sam Cowart was cold-blooded, and well, guess who got elevated to the ones? Yours truly. When I tell you, it was like the same feeling I had is when my dad dropped me off at school when I first moved to Minnesota, and this kid was trying to, like, I don't know, bully me or something, and called my house and left a message, said he was looking for me. My dad said, "Listen, by the time I pick you up, let me tell you something, you better fight that dude." So you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, "You fighting him tomorrow, right? On GP."
Mm-hmm.
The first thing. That's how it was when I was walking to practice. Now, I'm 20-something years old, right? So then I'm trying to get all, like, my mind right. So we go through warm-ups or whatever, and then we were supposed to go into 7-on-7. They blew the double whistles 9-on-7, right? So we were supposed to go 7-on-7, and so you can kind of ease into it.
No, sir.
Yo, Austin, I got out there that first play. I don't even think I knew the defensive play.
You didn't care what the defensive play
All
was
I
at this
know
point,
is
did
John
you?
Holosick was on this way, so I lined up over here. When I timed that snap up, Doug Flutie got the ball, I was already in the backfield. Blew Sam up, blew Antoine Smith up. I'm running all the way up and down the offensive, like, just talking noise. Cash, you know what?
Money, records.
Then did it again and whatever. So that was the first thing, that he, did. And that was just how I kind of made the team. And then the second thing is I got a tip from John Holosick, who was a 5th-round pick as well. I'll never forget this. He gave me a ride home from training camp. He said, "Listen, you're going to be a good player. I've been in your position. You're just going to have to just work, and you got to be patient. They like you, but you got to force your way onto the roster, right? So John was established. He just got a new contract. So he's like, you're playing great on defense. He's like, the special teams is how you're going to make this team. So I was like, oh, okay. And I played special teams in Nebraska, but I wasn't there, playing all the time. But we played at Cincinnati, right? So it's the second or third game. Starters play a lot. I ain't playing that much on defense. And so that means I ain't playing that much on special teams.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Keon got in there. And he was one of my best friends. He passed away, though. Ran down on kickoff. And he was at Virginia Tech. And we humping it. And so I just knew if they're blocking me, I'm going to run you over, and then I'm going to get to the ball carrier. If anything else, I ain't dodging. I ain't doing all that.
Are you wedge busting at this point?
No, well, not at that point.
Okay.
I hadn't made the team. They had me out on what's called the R3.
Okay.
So it's 1, 2, 3 from right to left. So
Gotcha.
I'm right here.
Okay.
And so it was a one-on-one block. Just walked this dude back, grabbed the dude, made the tackle. Keon comes over, strips it. He was like Farley. Strips the ball. Bruce DeHaven, came over and hugged us both. That's how we made the team. Literally for that. Now, I probably might have had 50 tackles in 4 preseason games. It was that how I made the team. And then the rest is history.
Fighting Sam Gash.
Yeah. Well, I just came in there and made some noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sam's one of my
Football
great good.
fighting.
Yeah. His son's at Michigan State, too.
Oh, no way.
Samuel. The second. And he's wide receiver. But, yeah, so that was the deal. That's how you make it. So to answer your question, that is the difference. We'll take a quick break, come back, and tell you about a funny summer conditioning story from Houston Texans. So there's different conditioning tests. I thought I could walk through it. I actually made it, but the other guy didn't make it so much, and he left a little behind. So Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, we'll be right back.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, license fees, extra residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Starter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court, protect your rights and freedom to get you the best possible results for your case and the justice you deserve. Trust your rights and freedom to Liberty Law Group. Attorneys serving Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive. If you own a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, or Mini, you know specialized service matters. Our team uses advanced diagnostic equipment, OE equipment, including factory-level software, to accurately diagnose and repair your vehicle. Dealer-level capabilities with hometown service. A1 Automotive, 1117 L Street. You can call us 402-477-4660.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. We are in the process of finishing this Friday and another great week here at The Ticket. But I was asked about a summer conditioning story. Summer conditioning is really, really hard. I will tell you this, all the stuff that you do in the summer conditioning will not get you fully ready for the season or through the first 4 or 5 practices. You have to work diligently to get into football shape. It helps, but you can do all the off-season running, but you have to make sure that you continue to get in football shape. But when I was with the Houston Texans, I won't say his name because he's still one of my boys. We picked up a free agent linebacker, liked to partake in the nightlife in Houston. He used to love going out. I don't know why, but loves daiquiris and wings. And down in Texas, you get some spicy wings. And so our conditioning test, I think we had to do 30 or 40. So it's not full speed 40s. But you break them up, 20 and 20 or 15 and 15. You just got to make them for time. It does get hard. Nebraska's.
What time do they hold you to? Like,
I don't remember.
2/10 above your combine
Probably
time or something?
Yeah. I mean, it was just by group.
Gotcha.
So the linebacker had to run a certain group.
Gotcha.
Dom Capers brought it from Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
So here at Nebraska, we did the 300-yard shuttle. And that was the truth. 25 goal line, 25 and back 6 different times. Then you rest and do it again. But we got through the first, and I knew Charlie liked to go out. I was like, man, dude, you've been out last night. You need to drink. You ain't drinking no water. You need to start drinking. He's like, man, you right, dog. I'm going to give me a Gatorade. And I was like, dog, you need to mix some water in there because for me, too much sugar like that makes me, doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all that sweat and, the stuff started coming out of his pores. And I was just like, dude, you might not make it. Then he went and drank. So his bright idea was he's going to take off his shirt and take off his shorts and just have his, like, I guess, biker shorts or whatever.
Compression shorts, whatever.
Compression shorts. And they were white. So 2 groups would go. So they'd send the first group. They would make it. Second group would go. So I was in the second group. All I remember about rep 6 is Charlie Clemens running in those white compression shorts. And then they just
It took 3 minutes for you to go, I'm not going to name him. He's still my boy.
Oh.
To put his full name out here on the radio.
And then they became brown. But he finished though.
All right.
He finished.
The running or
he finished both. Him and my man Baby Watt, Chris Watson. But yeah, that's probably the funniest. I've seen guys fall out.
Man.
I'll tell you one thing. I seen a guy run down in Houston because down practices were crazy. And his conditions after practice was even worse. He literally finished and just quit.
Just quit?
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm done.
Enough of that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That Houston Heat, right?
Hey. It makes you question a lot of things. When I first got down to Houston from Buffalo, I did call my dad. I was like, dude, I don't know if I can make it. I can't stay up past 7. It was breaking. It broke me down. I was broke down.
Houston Heat or Minnesota Hawk?
No, that Houston Heat was tough, man, when I came from Buffalo. It broke me down. Like, it was 96 degrees, 90% humidity. We're out there running. We're lifting. We're meeting. We're practicing. Man, when I got back to the hotel, I was done. Wasn't eating. I was like, I just want to sleep. It took me about 2 weeks to get used to that.
That jet lag was bad. Wait till you adjust from Houston to Buffalo.
From Buffalo to Houston.
Were you still mad over those 2 weeks?
I was just in survival mode. I didn't even go outside one weekend.
Woo.
I just need to rest.
Yeah.
But then once I got to it, it was cool. So, anyways, appreciate you guys listening. We'll be back next week. We'll be out at the Challenger on Monday, and then we'll be down there at the All-Star game on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So, keep in tune. Come and check us out. For my man, Austin Orman, Jay Foreman, Old School. We'll holler at you next week.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Friend Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses.